Good evening, folks. This is Colin from Kincaid Outdoors. I hope everybody is doing well. This is happy Thursday, the 16th of January. We're just over halfway there for the first month of the year. And we're going to be doing a little bit about thrifted items for survival and prepping. The description is a little detailed down below. I'm going to be showing off the things that you can thrift that can actually help you both survive and thrive. Because one of the things that, you got to keep an eye out for when you're in any given situation, whether you're prepping, surviving, or just trying to get by, is items on the cheap that will help you get further in life, especially in a survival situation. How you doing, Jason? Links at the top of the chat. If you want to come on up, you're more than welcome. Just gonna try to find my hat here for a second. It's gonna feel real weird without it. Oh, there it is. So please bear with me. There we go. That's better. Now, one of the things that I'm going to be showing off here is a couple items. Now, while they don't necessarily, not all the items I have are thrifted, a majority will be. Whether they're from a secondhand store, a flea market, a yard sale, or garage sale. Some really expensive, some not so much. So whether you use them for hunting, fishing, survival, protection, whatever, on the cheap with the skills that that I'm going to have to show you down the line. This might be a series, by the way, just to let you know. So we're going to see how that goes. My wife, who's not much of an archer or survivalist or prepper or anything like that, has skills herself, even though in her condition with the various issues that she has, can do a lot of the items I'm going to be talking to you about herself. Though some items I have maybe a little bit used differently than they're originally intended, because you'd be surprised what you can use in a survival situation that will help you get by. Though, if I ever could get you that crossbow, now that I know it exists, to replace the one we got stolen, I think that one would be the ideal one. It's the same style, but a little upgraded, and just beautiful in general. But that's down the line. She might hate me afterwards after she gets it into her hands. She started shooting it. She might change her mind. But right now, we're going to be talking about like either bow fishing, hunting, basically, basic gathering of food and other materials, and using everything on the cheap. Most of the items that my boy and myself and my wife have acquired are things that I thrifted, prepped at flea markets, secondhand stores, and the like, and yard sales and garage sales. Curb finds is another good one you can also look for. It's not technically thrifting, but you never know what you could find in a pinch. We found really good, what are those big soup pots on the side of the curb. Big stock pot on the side of the road at one time, right? Yep. With lid and everything. So those things right there, I mean, not only because a stock pot used for doing such a perpetual stew or eternal stew or whatever you want to call it, keep something going, whether it was with something simple like simple meats, simple vegetables, and the like, and over a heat source of any kind, whether it's a base fire, if you want to go a little bit more fancy with a camp stove, if you have the fuel for that, could also be done on the cheap as well. Now, you can make simple things with found items, such as you can make a simple rocket stove using cinder blocks. I know it sounds a little weird, but it can be done. Then just using it like a twig stove or like a rocket stove. if done correctly, you can set things up using cinder blocks to create such a thing that you can cook your food, boil your water, and everything else, purify your food and stuff enough where you can survive, if not thrive. Now, my wife is the biggest skeptic about me that I know of because she doesn't think we're ever going to need them. But we have used some of the items that I've found in the past. Now, they could be as cheap as maybe $1, depending on what you find, or it could be a little bit more expensive. Some of the items I don't think the cheapest thing I've ever found was probably $1, if not less. Or the most expensive one, I think, was it $35, I think, for a lot of the items that I have. And most of that gear is within my purview right here. Give me a second. I need my coffee. And I'm back with my coffee. I set it aside earlier. And it's still warm. I'm not sure how many people are going to be showing up today. I hope we can get more than just Jason and myself. If you can, please like, share, subscribe. I really appreciate it if you do. I'd really appreciate it if you did. We got to pop out. Oh, please forgive me on that one, folks. It's my life is a little behind the times on the YouTube side. Hopefully it'll show up shortly once I get everything in line. I'm still getting my stuff set up, so bear with me, folks. I ran a little late. Okay, here we go. Now, I'm hoping with Jason and soon, hopefully, Cliff as well as Foxhead Outdoors and Pets Hunter Outdoors both pop in eventually, because it is a Thursday night. They can put in their points of view on certain things. I'm more on the thrifting side than most when it comes to prepping. But here comes one of my co-hosts. How you doing, sir? Greetings and salutations. How are you doing today, sir?
Okay, I guess.
You don't know?
I'm doing good.
That's good to know. How's Molly doing?
She's playing her video game.
Oh, that's good. So's mine. She's playing her video game.
Yeah, I got to Ragnar. How you doing? I got to tinker around with the Notos today.
Repeat that again.
The Umarex Notos. I got to tinker around with that today.
Okay, I have no idea what that is.
Even though, yeah, it's kind of incomplete. I gotta wait for the other parts, like the.
I don't think that's an air rifle, right?
Yeah, so I can fill the probe.
Okay.
And the fill probe, stuff like that. But yeah, like I said, I got to tinker around with it today. I got to do like a mag out of it, and
good luck, Ragnar, at bingo.
Oh yeah,
we play bingo here every once in a while.
We haven't played in a long, long time for us. Yeah.
Well, we did it in one of my game nights. I think we did bingo.
Yeah. No, I meant for money.
Oh no, I haven't played it for money for years.
Yeah.
But we played bingo in here.
The
best bingos in Arizona.
Yeah, the best bingos are in Arizona.
Well, I'm sure that it's any reservation casino will give you. And we have a couple. We have a reservation here, Meskwaki. We can do that.
Oh no, you played Bad Bingo, which is Bingo After Dark, and they had the lights. They had the music and everything else. I had to wear earplugs.
Well, I'm sure
out loud because they had a disc jockey and all that. And
Papa needs a new cow.
there would be literally 500 to 600 people playing bingo.
Yeah, but they say you're like we're 500 and on up on the pots, though.
I mean, it's a packed house.
Yeah, but the pots are really big too.
No, it was 400. Was it $400 per win? Yeah.
Well, still, to me, $400 is a lot.
Yeah. And
It depends on how much your cards are and stuff like that. But
yeah,
we're not going to go into gambling, folks, because that's an addiction unto itself.
now we would go once every couple of months.
Right. Ragnar says they need a new cow. So, no, I was using the inspiration thing this afternoon.
Yeah.
And this is what my topic came up with. And I think it's a really good topic. I actually have a lot of the items that it mentions. And this might end up being a series because I have some stuff I have to show off down the road, which I can't really show tonight.
I had to do something today with YouTube.
What happened?
I had to put all of my pest control videos into private mode.
They were being banned?
No,
Or-
I didn't want to get them banned because a lot of the other guys are having issues.
Okay. Well, be careful.
So I'm
doing
going to be uploading those to Rumble over the next several days.
Well, hopefully you go viral over there.
Yeah, it pays.
18 cents.
Not very much, but it does pay.
Yeah, I got 19 cents?
Woohoo! You millionaire, you. Do you actually buy any thrifted items, Jason, for any of your gear?
Any what?
Thrifted items, used items. I mean, I know you do a lot of air rifles and things like that, but you can find them at flea markets, outdoor places like that.
If I come across them, it'll be a like a vintage.
Yeah, would you use vintage items?
Yeah, if it's a vintage item, if I come across them, yes.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, but if I'm going to use something for pest control, I will buy it brand new, make sure there's no issues with it, and the gear for them will also be brand new.
Well, the reason I was saying that in a prepping survival situation, and you can't afford to get the money that you spend on, I know how much some of those things are. For someone starting out and can't afford to buy a lot, I mean, Walmart might be on the cheap considering, and some other places.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with the pumpers. I will say that right now. They will get the job done.
Hey, Doug, how you doing, brother?
Hey, Doug, you got to practice first.
Yeah. And the thing is, I mean, doesn't mean you won't find a really good, accurate one from a secondhand shop or a thrift shop or a flea market or whatever.
It's a gamble.
It is a gamble, but the thing is, you're also looking at the name. You're not just grabbing everything off the bat.
Yeah.
Look who's here early.
Yeah.
Holy freaking cow.
Like I said,
Cliff.
the thing is, you don't know if you're going to end up with a bent barrel. You don't know if you're
That's
going to
your
end up with
container gardener. Hey, I like it.
You know, it's been on there for like 8 months.
No, it hasn't.
Yeah.
Not on my channel.
It's been on there for a long while. Because remember, you were complaining about it having 2 S's.
Mhm.
I think I changed it to 1S. Didn't I? I think because it was you were saying dessert.
I am a dessert container gardener.
YouTube inspiration created the topic, folks. So I decided to go with that tonight. That's the reason why it is what it is. I know both of you usually buy brand new stuff, especially with the containing gardening for you, Cliff, and the air guns for air rifles. I'm not sure. What's the actual proper term, Jason,
For what?
for what you do?
Air gun.
We kill shit here.
Huh?
We kill shit here.
Well, you do, yes, but you are a
But
pet
no,
doctor, but I mean,
I got that off of somebody else's. That's actually Justin's phrase.
he is a pest control specialist. That's his actual title, but retired.
Yeah, that's because that's what I used to do. Yes.
You're officially retired, but Unofficially, no.
Yeah.
But would you buy a gear from a decent flea market, outdoor yard sale, garage sale, or something if it was something you could use? Cliff, this
Like
is
I
a question
said,
for you.
It is a gamble.
Well, I mean, in Cliff's situation, if he found somebody who actually had a decent setup for a container garden setup, that
Yeah, there's no moving parts in the pot.
repurposing stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, my stuff's a stick and string, basically, if you want to break it down to the bare bone basics.
Yeah,
For
but
me.
you can go over that. You can look for cracks, stuff like that.
You could do the same,
Internally-
basically similar, but you're
Internally,
looking for.
you cannot tell.
Well, it's a gamble with a bow too, because even though a flaw might be on the inside, you not see it because it's an older bow, but doesn't mean it's not going to be a terrible bow. Though I've had bows that are really, really freaking old, that are some of the best bows I've ever owned.
Oh yeah, like I said, it is a gamble.
But when you're on a budget, it is what it is. And Cliff is just sitting there.
Just let everybody know, if you come across a brake barrel in not a yard sale or something like that, if the seals are bad, it'll cost you more to replace the seals to have somebody do it than the cost of the air rifle.
Unless you know what you're doing.
Yeah, unless you know how to repair them.
Yeah.
If you don't, I'll say this now: do not take apart a brake barrel without the proper tools.
If you've done it multiple times with several different styles of air rifles, I would say, I would consider you not necessarily an expert, but
unfortunately, I do not have the proper tools to compress that spring because it is still under pressure,
right,
even though it's not cocked, and it's still under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, them springs are long too, by the way. Like
you've got a couple of those, right, Cliff?
Oh yes, I do.
Yeah, I have. Well, my dad has a brake barrel, but yeah, those springs in there are for that compression. They're like a
garage door spring,
over 14 inches, but they're like.
What's the
It's a small spring, but the spring is like that long.
Okay. Now, Ian's got two different types. He's got the Beeman 22 caliber dual caliber one.
Yeah, he's got the Kodiak. I got the silver.
But that's a true brake barrel. But he also has the Crossman pistol, which is not a brake barrel.
Yeah, that's we consider that a pumper PCP or it's not really a pre-charge, it's a pumper.
That's a 177 pellet model because
it's enough to get squirrels if you're close enough. Hey, CR.
It's small rabbits or small rodents and stuff like that too. Now,
I didn't get a chance to yet.
No, they're called. It should be called a PHG.
PHG.
PHG, pump handgun.
Yeah, it should be.
That would probably be a more accurate term for it. Yeah.
Pump air gun.
Pumper handgun or
we call them pumpers.
Now
you got your springers, then you got your pre-charged pneumatics or your PCPs.
This is the bow that Ian picked up for $5 because someone had it strung backwards at the flea market last year.
Oh no, my computer's not my.
Ian caught him, convinced the guy
Says hi.
$5.
Hi back.
And bought it, and it came with the string. The string's in perfectly good condition. The bow is actually not in bad shape at all, just old. And it's let's see what brand is it? A Seneca.
Woo, -4 degrees. That's pretty cold.
Yeah.
We got down to that the other day for us. We had actually got down to -6.
No, he's at -20 Fahrenheit, 4 degrees Celsius.
Well, he's also further north than I am.
That's like what, like -35?
Commercial.
So I didn't see the F on their CR. I was like, -20 F is freaking cold. I've gone to school in shorts in weather that cold before, and everyone thought I was crazy. And I was warm.
Now let me check mine for the. I mean, I know it's supposed to be getting colder coming up, but I'm not sure
Yeah,
about
it's nice and warm today.
today. It's right now. It's at 29 degrees.
Ooh, it's dropped It's dropped 10 degrees in the last hour.
So that's 28, basically 29 degrees Celsius, negative 29.
It's actually warmer now than it was a couple of days ago. And one Sunday is when it was the coldest.
Oh, jeez.
And let's see, was it?
Yeah, I think once you get down to a certain negative temperature, all the negatives, they just match up after a certain point.
Pretty much, yeah. Saturday, going into Sunday, it's just like literally by the hour dropping a degree an hour. Saturday night, I mean, literally, it's like here it is. From 4 p.m. to 7 p.m., it goes from 17 to 16 to 15 to 13 to 12 at 7 p.m. Saturday. So next coming Saturday, it's going to get really bitter cold here. So be careful, folks, especially UCR. I know you've prepped for it, but doesn't mean I can't say be careful.
Have the same weather system hitting us on the exact same day.
Yeah.
But yours is you're on the southern side, right?
He's going to be on the back side. I'm going to be on the front side.
It's going right down the middle. we're splitting the sides of it. We're just like, hi.
So you just touch the weather system and say, "Hey, CR's on the other side."
She won't even see that particular weather system that week. That's
Yeah,
going to be way down by us.
Yesterday, we got an update from Ryan Hall, and they are expecting snow in Houston.
That's what you said on Tuesday, right? Or yesterday, I think.
They changed her. They moved it another day ahead. So cool. That means I don't have to drive to work in the snow.
Nice.
You sure?
Yeah, because they moved it to Tuesday for the snow showers.
Well, sometimes snow can fool you because just because they say one thing doesn't mean it won't decide to do its own thing. I've dealt with that.
It can start snowing after 9 p.m.
That's the Arctic high. Okay. I'm not sure how far north you are because I don't need to know, CR, but
He's up there a ways.
Yeah, like I said, we were talking.
Well, I don't know exactly where he's at because I mean, I would, if you ever won one of my giveaways, then I would probably figure out a way to get something to Canada. So that would be horrendously expensive, which is really stupid since they're just north of all of us.
Yeah, Cliff and I were talking last night. We will have more than 48 hours below 32 degrees.
What is your plan for that?
Close the door, wear something warm.
Watch out for your pets.
I gotta drink my water barrels.
Yeah, I got to make sure you got to watch out for your pets because most people don't think about it down in Texas because they don't have to worry about it normally. There's probably going to be a lot of animals that won't handle that cold because they're not used to it.
Yeah, like I said, it thins out the sick, unfortunately, with the wildlife.
Well,
So be careful.
It's unfortunate, but it's also a benefit because then you don't have to worry about them spreading any diseases
or starving to death if we have a famine afterwards.
Well, the thing is, it's not just that because there's farm animals. Some of them are not ready for this kind of cold. Just get hit.
It's part of farm life.
True, but I mean, cold weather this cold is not normal for your area.
Not in the 1800s.
Oh yeah, it was
not this. We are not 1,800 people.
No. Yeah, I understand that, but the last time Texas got a massive snowstorm, it was in the 1800s. It dumped 2 feet of snow.
Yeah, 20 inches in Houston.
That how many people died because of that too?
Don't know.
Yeah, probably a lot because I don't think they were ready for 20 inches of snow.
Yeah, but at least they didn't have auto accidents.
Well, not just that. I mean, there's homeless people you got to worry about too.
It
Not
was
in the
what,
1800s.
was it 1891?
A lot of people might have been homeless.
18, I think it was like 91 or 93, something like that.
No, but the cold weather
It was right before the turn of the century.
Yeah.
No, but nowadays, if someone 20 inches hit Houston, there's homeless people there that are not ready for this.
Oh, that's on them.
Not some of them don't have a choice.
There's shelters. They're getting all the shelters ready.
I hope so because
They have a choice. They just choose not to make.
no. Some don't have a choice, Cliff,
Yeah, some can't comprehend.
because they're not. I mean, this is not something that just happens every day. Now up here, yeah, up where CR is, yeah, but not down where he's at. Because they're not. So that's not something.
As bad as it sounds, it's survival of the fittest.
Yeah, but there's also kids involved too. That's the part that I'm talking about. You know, because some families get displaced just because things happen.
Like I said, they put the word out. They got the shelters open. They'll be opening up.
And the police are and emergency services are notified.
Yeah, I think they're opening up all the shelters on Sunday.
Okay.
I was going to go fishing on Tuesday. I'm not going out there in that.
Right.
Oh, come on, Jason. Put on your big boy pants.
Yeah.
20
Arctic
degrees.
trout fishing.
No,
Now, that would be a video.
Be a onesie, all right?
Hey, that would be a video though. Arctic trout fishing.
Yeah. The cameras wouldn't survive. They'd freeze up and the batteries would go dead on me.
Yeah, you'd get about 10 minutes worth of filming. But if you did it in the old school like onesies that they used to wear in the like 1940s with the stupid butt flap that you had the two buttons, you go out there with one of those.
I'm talking about my one-piece hunting suit.
Now go out there with the blue body suit with the butt opener and you just get out there and flip flops on a chair and film about 5 minutes. You'll get some hits on that. Like, why is Jason not trying the blue onesie?
Not
your
doing
business.
Yeah, wool's always good. So
yeah,
you have wool
supposed
gear
to be
and everything.
in the teens with the wind blowing about 11 miles an hour. So that wind chill is going to be biting.
So a lot of the items that I was just talking about, minus the your air rifles and such, thrifted gear would be a godsend for a lot of people in about this time, because
Depends on what you can get it thrifted. You can't always get wool clothing.
Yeah.
More often than you think, because a lot of people donate stuff like you would not believe, thinking they won't need it, and find out that they will. And for those people who do find it,
We'll go Thursday.
I mean, wool blankets. How many wool blankets have I found thrifted? A lot.
Ooh.
And yes, they're secondhand military, but they still are thrifted. They still will keep somebody warm. Thrifted means my colder weather gear is less than $100.
Yeah, I don't get lucky and find that stuff around here.
Well, I mean, you don't have a lot of time, and it's also not your normal purview of looking for it. If you don't look for it, you won't see it. So, I just happen to keep my eyes open for a little bit of everything. Now, if I would have had the money for those raised beds that I saw that one time at the D.A.V store, I would have picked them up in a heartbeat and sent you one for those, because they were really, really cheap.
Well, I picked them up for had whatever employee pricing you got, and it was sold them on eBay for the regular price. You'd have made a huge profit.
Well, we talked about that, but I just didn't have the money at the time. It was between paychecks, and I just couldn't have it. And I couldn't even pick them up if I wanted to, because they're freaking too heavy. But I did pick up a really good bit of winter style gear for Ian in his size, which you guys already seen most of it, and which he wears on a regular basis, especially right now. Though he does not have winter boots. I don't think we got him any Mickey Mouse boots or anything like that, but he's got big feet like me, so those are harder to get a hold of.
I've got a pair of winter boots sitting over there in a box.
I don't have winter boots per se. I've got hiking boots, but not winter boots. So
I've got winter boots that actually have the ability to put the snow skirt around the foot, so I can actually wear the full. I actually have the sleeves somewhere. I got to find them. They're in one of my boxes. But I actually have the snow sleeves that actually strap to the boot,
Okay, those are, what do they call those? Gators, snow gators.
Yeah, snow gators.
Yeah. I've seen people make gators out of some simple items, even old. What was it? No, actually,
Yeah, they're calling for us anywhere between 2 to 6 inches
this
of
kind of
snow.
material right here. Just using, just cutting open these right here out of drawstrings, and you got gators. Actually, second here.
Do you want a normal winter cloak there, CR, or you want one of the wool blanket style ones?
This right here would work. As you can see, it opens up from both ends.
Yeah.
This is actually one of my tarps. Good shelter. You guys seen how big these things are. So these things are freaking huge. And look how much it compresses. Really small. Unfortunately, it's not as big as this one. This is the one I'm giving to Dan.
Man, I haven't worn snow gator since I was a teenager.
But you haven't needed to since you were a teenager.
Nope.
But the one thing your gators are really good for, snow gators especially, is for when you're in areas where there's a ice crust on top of the snow. Because
We used to
I've
press
had a cut in my shins because of that, through my pant legs and stuff, and have my legs, my pants cut because of the ice crust and stuff like that. I'm sure that CR's probably dealt with it. I don't think Cliff's done it since he's lived in
Denver.
You're welcome.
But
No, I
you
used to do
have,
that when I was a kid because we used to go up to Sandia. Sandia used to get a lot of snow because there's a sledding hill that everybody and their grandma goes to, and when there's enough snow, it's a good sized hill. But we'd be out there for hours just trudging, and I'd be the one kid just trudging around where they're because it's a tracked area. There's like little steps kind of made up one side,
right?
and there's like 8 lanes that everybody just goes down to this like field clearing, which they put in there on purpose. It's there for everybody to use that. I'd be out there walking around in the woods. Like in the spot that snow's not packed down, you take a step and you're like waist deep all of a sudden. And I would trudge through that like a tank.
Well, you have snowshoes, don't you?
Huh?
You have snowshoes, don't you?
Now I might have snowshoes still, but that may or may not have been in one of the boxes I got pilfered from my truck back in 2020.
You're not sure though.
Yeah, I'd have to dig through all my boxes, and I have like 30 boxes in here, and I'm not dragging them out to find where my snowshoes went.
Yeah, you're exactly right, CR. A single layer pant does not work. Now,
I used to be out there all the time in freaking just regular pants.
Well, I mean, all it takes is you getting the snow getting on your clothes and your body melting that, your body heat melting that, and then you got a wet layer of clothes, and that wet cotton doesn't do.
Oh yeah, no, I think I got used to it, so it never even bothered me.
Well,
I'd be out there 4 or 5 hours in wet pants. I wouldn't care.
Cliff, you're built different.
I'm very strange.
You might be a New Mexico guy now, but you grew up in Colorado.
I'm a polar bear.
You're a Colorado person, so you were raised in the mountains.
Sort of.
Mostly.
When I moved to Denver, it was a blizzard. Middle of the blizzard.
Kind of figured. Now, I've dealt with cold weather, but the only problem is I have to buy new thermals because when I was bigger, things were expensive because bigger items cost more. Now that I'm losing weight, I've got to buy new stuff again because I don't have anything that fits. So I'm going to have to buy new stuff just because to find something that'll fit me or find a good thrifted military item of the same thing to do the same what I need. Winter boots especially. As you saw on Jason's live, I restitched one of my hunting gloves because I needed to. I have, CR, when I got out of the military back in 91, I believe, out of the Air Force. And I was driving from California home. I went through Denver through a blizzard. And that's not fun in an 83 Dodge Colt.
Yeah, we used to go cross-country skiing up in Sequoia National Forest.
I've never been cross-country skiing. I've been downhill skiing, but this is years before I had proper gear. I mean, even now, I've got proper sleeping bag. I do have that, but I don't have anything else proper winter other than a few minor layered items. I mean, I've got my stocking caps. Those are okay. My watch cap is one of my favorites.
Beanies.
Okay. There's been a big debate on TikTok and other places. What do they call them in your area? Are they
Still call it a
beanies?
beanie.
Are they toboggans? Are they watch caps? What are they?
Beanie.
I've known them as watch caps as long as I can remember because that's what they call them in the military.
That makes no sense. They don't put your watch in there.
That's just what they're called, Cliff. I just got to figure out where I put
You
mine.
would wear it when you're on watch.
And literally, the one that you see me wear, and I have the Kincaid Outdoors on it, that one is literally labeled on the tag as watch cap.
Here's how we call them a toboggan, because a toboggan is what you sit on and just sled down a hill in.
I understand. That one I don't get, but people call them toboggans too. That's a whole debate unto itself. But if you figure out what you call them, stocking caps, whatever you want to call them, I know that once Cecilia comes in, we'll find out what she calls them because she's the one that makes them. So she could, put her 2 cents worth in because she's
I don't
got.
see why it's called a stocking cap, because it's not made out of stocking material. Stockings are what you put on your legs if you're a woman.
CR calls it a toque. There's another name for it.
Toque. A toque.
A toque, beanie. I've heard them all. I mean, in the military, other people, just depends on where you're from.
Hey, Howie, how's it going?
Hey, Allie. I popped in on his live for like a half a second, liked it, shared it out, then left. He didn't even know I was there. I popped in on your live for like a half a second today there, Howie.
Yeah, that live was way too early for me. I was still sleeping.
Now,
I was watching it on repeat till my phone battery died.
Good question for you there, Howie. Couple, actually. Are you staying warm? Because I'm not sure where he's from exactly.
Canada.
Where?
Canada.
BC.
Where he's at. I hope he's warm.
BC.
Huh? Oh, British Columbia. Okay. What do you call a stocking cap? Is it a stocking cap, toque, toboggan, watch cap, like I call it because I'm in the military? That's what they all call them.
Oh, where's my hat?
What do you call these? This is just a simple one.
Oh, snap. There's my other one. That's not even the one I was looking for.
Here's the one I normally wear.
Where'd my other one go? Oh, I'm confused. It was over here the other day.
And I have proof that it's actually called a watch cap. Cliff, look at that.
That's it.
Watch. So
I am watching.
So that's what it's called.
Yeah, he's one of my he lives by one of my favorite cities in Canada, Victoria.
He calls them a toque. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what most Canadians call them, is toques.
Well,
yeah, he's on the SVC or SVI.
Well, U.S. military calls them watch caps. So that's what the gear is printed on as in the NSN number.
I got like 4 or 5 of these things I picked up at like, was it Lowe's or Home Depot one year? They were like $5 a piece. I picked up like 5 of them because I was like, they put them out right during wintertime. And I was like, oh, I'll just hand them out to like the homeless people out there if I randomly see one that looks like they're freezing their ears off.
That's a good idea.
I still have all of them. They're still sitting somewhere in a box with all the tags on them.
You should start hanging them out when you get a chance to, though, Cliff. It
Well,
does get cold where you're at.
It gets cold where I'm at, but like I said, we've got shelters around here too. And if they don't
But
want to
I
go to
mean,
the shelter, that's on them.
well, you can't always. What if the shelter's full? What are you going to do?
We got multiple shelters out here, and they are huge shelters.
Well, as someone who's been homeless multiple times in their life, shelters are not always the answer because there's
They're
one
not
shelter.
always the most secure, but it's better than not having anything. And not having anything sucks.
Yeah, like I said, it's a roof over the head, stops the wind, and sometimes they got food.
Sometimes.
Oh no! I have? Let's see. We have a massive one downtown. I have a massive one. Actually, we have like multiple units downtown. One of them's like a 4-story building.
I've
And
never
then we
seen one.
have-
Oh, that's right, because you're in a bigger area than we are,
Yeah, our buildings don't go out; they go up.
right?
So again, if they don't want to go to the shelter, that's on them. It is provided for them, and our shelters do give food.
Well, okay, that's what Howie calls them. I guess you would be a beanie with a little ball on top,
No, that's a Christmas hat.
Christmas hat. Hey, Rob, how you doing, brother? Glad you could make it.
Let's see. I could wear this thing.
So, what do you call these, Rob? The stocking cap, beanie, toque.
And then I
Watch
can put
cap.
this thing
I
on.
call them because it's literally what it says on the tag. Watch cap.
I think if I wore 2 of these out in the wintertime, I think I'd be freeze. I got 2 of them on literally. I got one there, and there's the other one.
Oh,
But they're both black, so you can't see them for beans when I'm wearing them either.
I'm gonna pull a radar right now. Give me a second.
Why do all of us have black ones?
Huh?
Like Jason's is a black one, Collins is a black one. Actually, I think Collins is like dark blue.
Nope, mine's black.
Oh, yours is black. So, how is it all 3 of us have straight up just solid black beanies?
Yours is folded up though, right?
We are just shadows in the night.
Yeah, mine's not folded up. Mine's straight on.
No, mine's folded
up.
I can mushmouth mine. If I decided to cut holes in here, I could be mushmouth.
Stocking cap, beanie, skull cap. Skull cap's another name I haven't heard in a while.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
No, I mean this is more like a
Rain heater.
I'm calling this the setup as the radar because I'm from Iowa. Because if you ever saw a radar in the cold weather episodes of MASH, he wore a hat like this.
Oh yeah, that's to keep the thing from fuzzing over and getting your eyelashes and eyebrows.
Right. This way he could keep himself be able to see and keep his ears warm.
Well, he also had glasses, didn't he?
Just like me.
Yeah. See.
And he was also same where I'm from my area where I grew up. Literally 15 miles from where I grew up. So.
Oh yeah. By the way, this isn't the only one I have over here.
I got one somewhere around here. I just can't find it.
I've got this sucker. I've got this one. This is a merino wool cap.
Those are the newer ones, yeah.
I've had this for like 4 or 5 years.
That's still one of the newer ones, but they still work really well. Merino wool is actually recommended in socks a lot of the time.
Oh yeah, you should see that. This is the inside liner. It's like a soft, fuzzy
felt.
I don't know if it's felt. It is just wicked soft, and it is so dang warm.
What do you call them down in Florida there, Doug?
They don't even wear them in Florida. Don't get cold enough.
Hey, you'd be surprised how many people wear these kind of hats in all temperatures. Mine is just because I have mine set up this way. Just gonna get my straightened
I
out.
don't think they have them in Florida. Where is the English version on this thing? I know it has it.
It's a little chilly out because it is 29 degrees here. It's probably a little. He calls them a toque down there.
A polyester liner, but it's like a weird polyester. It's like super soft. Maybe
You don't
there's
have
a plain English version on this.
What's it say in the
What?
language that says?
It said it's polyester.
Well, then that's a polyester one. It's not a merino wool.
No, the hat's merino wool. The liner's polyester. It's like a soft polyester.
I don't trust polyester in the cold. I don't.
I do. It's just hotter. It gets hotter than Hades. It breathes like nobody's business.
Right.
Oh,
Mine
there's the
is
English version. Yeah, main fabric face material is 100% wool. Lining is 100% polyester. Wash inside out. Use special wool settings.
Cliff. Mine is 100% wool.
Yeah, mine's 100% wool and 100% polyester, so I get twice the amount of heat retention. Or whatever. I did not know I had a loose thread.
Now, you can find used items with these kind of properties at a lot of thrift shops, secondhand stores, and things like that. Goodwill's a good choice. D.A.V. thrift shop is a really good choice. I will personally recommend the D.A.V. thrift shop in Des Moines because I worked there for like 3 months part-time, but I did. He said it's been in the 30s down there, Cliff. It's cold. It's cold enough to almost freeze water down there. Where he's at.
In the 30s? Dang!
For Florida, that's cold.
Even despite how short this thing still fits all the way over me.
That's what mine's going straight down. It's not folded up at all. And they're one size fit all, on these. You don't have a choice on these sizes.
Yeah, that's as pulled back, so it'll go down the back of the neck a little farther.
Mm-hmm.
But it covers my ears completely.
I don't know where my other is.
That's at 3 a.m. Okay, yeah, still, that's pretty cold. I mean, right now, it's
around
9
at 3 a.m.
not including wind chill. Wind chill's different. Because right now, our wind chill is, what is it?
We don't have one right now.
You don't do wind chill.
No, it happened. It'll happen.
It's,
we get
our wind chill is 24. So that's what it
I
feels
could
like.
wear all three of my hats, and I would die. I think I would die outside.
Where? Here? If you have 24 degrees?
I can still feel the heat just sticking my hand in there from when I was wearing it on my head. My hand feels like it's all clammy and sweaty.
Is that the one with the built-in light?
No.
Ian's got one with a built-in light.
I wish it did, considering it's an Olight beanie, which
That's the
really
reason I was
makes it
asking.
much nicer to have that little strap in there you can adjust to have a little, just at least.
Ian has got a little piece. His is orange, and it has a little square light right here. You just push a button, and it lights up. And I don't know where it's at. I'm not digging it out. But he picked that up at a secondhand store. And he just loves the dang thing. No, I picked it up for him. Sorry. Boil some rocks, and they will keep you warm. Yes, they can do that. As long as you boil the right rocks, Howie. If you've got to move out somewhere around the riverbank, don't use them. If you use them, further inland, then
That's why he says boil them.
Yeah. Because
Not
if
put
you
them on fire.
the thing is, if you put them in the, they could still explode.
Well, no, there's a difference between boiling a wet rock and sticking a wet rock on the fire pit. When you stick a river rock on a fire pit, they tend to explode.
Yeah.
Yeah, this beanie
If
here
you
is
put a wet
acrylic.
rock in hot water, it's not going to do anything.
Yeah, I've never had to do that one. I mean, I've actually seen someone who use a little different technique than rocks, and it's going to sound weird. They used baked potatoes, and they just bake potatoes like normal, and they throw them in wool socks. Basically, you get the same principle, and you can eat them also as well.
Yeah, my beanie is 100% acrylic.
Ooh, yeah, that's what gets hot in the winter is acrylic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
but the
it's
thing is, if it gets wet, it doesn't hold the heat. Doesn't help you keep warm. That's the one thing I don't like about artificial materials. Now, I haven't seen Cecilia yet, but she's like the expert on making things like this.
I can't find my good one.
Jenny has some she's made. for herself. She wears one every day, but she makes it look. She got like cat ears on hers because that's the way she made it.
Yeah, I can't find my good one.
Okay, good to know, Howie.
Yeah, see, that's what I said. Boiling a river rock won't explode it. It's already a wet rock. You're sticking a wet rock in water.
So QT stores. Okay, Quick Strip sells the ones with the hat with the light in the middle. Cliff.
No, it's not like I can't get those hats. They do make them. I just don't prefer to wear those hats because I don't normally wear these. I usually just wear a standard ball cap.
Yeah.
And if it's cold, I'll just warm up my ears for a few seconds, and then I just go back to doing what I'm doing.
I still have my old beanie with the face mask. I can pull out.
Yeah, I've got one too. I rarely wear that one now.
That's one I used to use when I was on golf courses.
Yeah, I have mine. Mine's I have my breather part is like a neoprene neoprene.
And mine's like felt. I cannot find that.
Nope, they don't have any stocking cap styles from Olight. Unfortunately, I decided to check their website just in case. They got plenty of headlamps, but not one of those.
Yeah, that's where you just throw a headlamp on if you're going to do that. Yeah, well, pretty much how it's with a water bottle. It's no different than what they would used to do for the those water bags, those weird funky ones that look like bodies with the like collar raised up, and you'd have to screw in the little tab.
Yeah, the old little square ones.
Yeah, looked like a cutting board, but they were only like 8-10 inches wide, and then they were like a foot long. Those old school water bags, or God, what?
Well, this is similar to the one that Ian has, but his is bright orange.
Just called a hot water bag.
This in here, that piece is rechargeable. They can pull it out and all this other stuff. But right now they're completely out of the orange ones.
Yeah, Howie. Like I said, I've been in this situation where we put rocks around the campfire. My brother and I dug trenches in the sand, and then when it was bedtime, we pulled them off of the around the edge of the fire, put them in the ground, cover them up with sand, and put our tent on top.
Yep,
we're warm all night.
Yeah.
Now
that's one of the best ways to do it, to be honest.
The Outdoor Boys on YouTube, they actually do this. Luke, he actually builds fires in one place and let it burn all day, then moves the fire over, then builds his platform bed on top of that, where it used to be.
I've seen him put coals in the ground too. Put the sand up on top.
That's what Luke did too. He buried them, but you got to make sure you put your hand over your whole spot, because if you find any coals, you got to be careful because you can burn through your gear, and that would be a bad idea.
Yeah, no, you're putting it 12, 18 inches into the soil, and then you're covering it back up.
Yeah, like I said, Ian's got one because I bought him one. I think it was at the Deer Classic a few years ago because he wanted a flashlight. That's why I bought him the one with the hat on it.
Right, take care, Howie. Have a good one.
Later, Howie.
Well,
it's cool to have where we were at. We were at the. I think we were at Lee Vining when we had to do that in California.
Thank you, CR. I'm glad you do. No, but the Ian's hat that I was telling you about, the light pops out, you can wash it and everything else. So you can recharge the light, wash it, the beanie and whatever. But some of them, it depends on where you're at geographically is what you're gonna call it, because everybody has a different thing. Stocking cap is what my mom called it. Watch cap is what the military called it. And I've never called it a beanie.
What I've always called them, beanies.
Yeah, I call them beanies too. Yeah.
Well, to me, growing up, beanies are the ones with little propellers on top.
I guess you kind of have a point on that one.
Yeah.
But that's like a child's beanie.
Well, that's what I grew up. I mean, remember, I grew up a little earlier than both of you guys. Not much older than Jason, but still.
Yeah,
older.
Sigmund and the Sea Monster time.
Yep, exactly. But I also watched that show. So
Yeah, I do too.
and those things are just normal for me. I mean, I loved old TV shows. I even watched even older TV shows, from the 50s and stuff. A lot of reruns.
A lot of the serials.
If you remember, I don't think you would remember, would you? From
No, it's on
Eddie
on
Griffith. What's his name? The Gomer's cousin wore one, I think.
Jesus, $30 for that beanie that I have.
I don't even know how much a watch cap would be.
I think I paid that. I paid that much for that thing like 20 years ago.
Because mine is actually in a military issue.
Looks like it would work good with a hat.
About $20, give or so. Depending on who makes it. But mine, actually, Ian had a couple of them. He gave me one because, Dad, do you want a hat? I go, sure. Especially since these things are awesome, especially when you're out hunting or doing anything outdoors. Now, what's the last time you went and got something from a yard sale, garage sale, guys?
Yeah, a long time ago. In a land far, far away.
I think when I was still living in Denver.
Really?
I told you before, yard sales around here, they happen while I'm at work and they're over by the time I get off.
Where's your chair?
Oh, the secondhand store, no, yard sale.
Because we got a lot of garage sales. I mean, even when I was working, my normal hours, I get off at 2:30, and I'd still have time to go looking around and see what they have because they have like citywide garage sales and stuff like that that go all the way to 5 or 6 o'clock. Once in 2024. Hey, once is better than none at all.
By the way, Colin.
Yeah.
I found the Polar Fleece watch caps for $7 a piece.
Where?
Army Navy Outdoors.
Yep. Are they 100% wool? I will not touch polyester blend ones. Because this right here,
the wool ones are $10 a piece.
Because the 100% wool ones will keep your ears warm, even if they're wet.
And they're olive green.
I don't have an issue with olive green. I like green.
Yeah, they got them for
$9.95. Olive drab. It's olive drab, Jason.
OD green is another name for it.
Yeah, OD, olive drab, green. That's what OD green is.
Yeah, they got several to choose from. I think the most expensive one is $13.
Y'all want to know the other best part about having a beanie? If you have a long enough one, when you roll it up, you stuff a couple of socks in there, you have a pillow.
Yeah.
You can do that, yeah.
But if you're a side sleeper, you got to turn to the side, and every time you turn over, you got to move it to the other side.
Now, the part that actually worked for me is when if you're in a situation where it's just cold enough where you still have bugs, but not cold enough to get rid of them, I would basically sleep like this with down over my eyes and ears and just go sleep like that. That also to help you sleep, keep the lights out as well, but.
Evening, Rob. How's it going?
Hey, Rob, you're running a little late today. Okay, what do you call this in England? Now, there's some question we haven't asked yet. I call it a watch cap.
I think it was a beanie, if I remember correctly.
What do you call it, Cliff?
Beanies?
Beanies.
Beanies. Jason, what do you call them again?
A beanie.
Beanie. Well, I never grew up with that. It's a different term for
That
me.
might be a Southwest thing.
Possibly.
I'm 100% Southwest. You're more. You're
You ain't
Mountain.
even anywhere near the Southwest, son.
You're Southwest.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm Southwest.
I
Midwest.
grew up Southwest.
I'm Midwest.
Dan calls him a ski cap. That one too.
Hey Dan, how you doing, brother? Glad you can make it.
Dan,
Well, I've got proof this is a watch cap because that's what it's called on the tag. That's what the NSN number calls it. But now
Steve
this
just went.
was thrifted. This right here was thrifted. 100%. It came from actually no. Let me correct myself. This was a gift to Ian because those flight bags I talked about in the past. We ended up with like 5 of them, and Ian got a big one about so big, stuffed with gear, and just gave to Ian in the parking lot.
Well, they got the baklavas.
Oh, you're on the Army Navy. Okay, outdoors.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, just for anybody who's curious, NSN stands for not swigging napalm.
Okay.
Or no swigging napalm.
No, that's not what it means.
No, I know what SNN or NSN. I'm just being funny over here.
S&M.
He said S&M.
S&M.
It means national stock number, folks.
Yeah, or NATO stock number.
But as Jason's looking over the cold weather headwear on Army Navy Outdoors, which is actually they got quite a few good ones here.
Rob, why? Why does it make you irrationally angry?
I have no idea.
Yeah, see, that's what we don't get. Why it's called a toboggan. A toboggan is what you sled down a hill on.
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't understand that one.
A curved piece of wood.
Essentially, yeah.
Now, I mean, I think the ones I would technically I would call a toboggan would be the ones that goes all the way back and has the long point.
A gnome hat?
A gnome hat would be what we'd call it now, but that way they used to be able to wrap the pieces. They also could carry stuff in the thing and all that other crap. A toboggan is always will be a Jamaican Olympic sporting tool.
That is 100% correct.
Please tell me you've watched Cool Runnings there, Rob. Please tell me you've watched that one. Stoner's cover? I have no idea about that one. Now, is that what Jay and Silent Bob always wore? He wore one, right?
Slouch beanies? Yeah, I think they only had the long ones for like the people with like the dreads, so they could put their dreads in there and just flop back.
But the cold weather thing actually came up because it's getting really cold in most people's areas. I know that it's cold over in Illinois right now. So, as Rob, Dan, and I are all in the same vicinity.
Rob's in Illinois right now?
No, vicinity. Rob's closer to me, and I'm closer to Dan.
Other Rob, Dan.
Yeah, Cornfed is in Des Moines.
Yeah. I was like, Rob's still in the UK. I'm
Wrong,
like,
Rob. We have more than one Rob in here.
I know. That's why I was like, which Rob? Nope, CR. But since you did mention that, so what did everybody have for dinner tonight?
Nothing.
Biscuits and gravy.
I'm eating cheese puffs and hot chips.
I had a fish sandwich for lunch, and my stomach is so freaking full still. And that was at 1:30. I can't eat right now. I'm drinking coffee because I'm thirsty, but that's it. Now, have you been to the Army Navy surplus store outdoors, Rob? I will put the link in the chat because if anybody wants to, because they got some really good gear over there.
Yep, eating does keep you warm. But it also makes you cold at the same time because you're wasting all your energy trying to digest your food at night. So,
Nope. Actually, that's wrong.
yep.
They actually recommend it in cold weather that you eat something like with high protein before you go to bed. Just make sure you go to the bathroom before you go to bed.
Yeah, heating your pee at night is not fun because your body's wasting all of its energy trying to heat water.
Exactly. Go pee, eat some jerky, and go to bed. And the metabolic heat will help you keep warm at night.
Take one of the larger Gatorade bottles, not the little ones, the larger ones.
You
And
mean like my
empty that sucker out. You pee in that thing, and you set it right next to you. You just got to remember, don't drink out of the sumbitch in the middle of the night. You're like, oh, I got some warm water over here, and you swig it, and nope, that's salty pee water.
Yeah. Well, check out Army Navy Outdoors, folks. It's got some really good gear in there. They actually do have some of the cold weather sleeping bags and stuff too. They have one item that I want, but I can't afford, and that's the liner for my Light Fighter 1 tent. It's the cold weather liner for my tent. Make it a 4-season tent. Oh, they got Ian's German hat that flops down with the ear flaps. Here's one that will definitely make Rob on the road feel angry while wearing it.
He already has one that he feels angry wearing it. He said so in the comments.
No. Look at that one.
Oh, I used to have one of those. I hated those things because the eye thing was never centered. It was always cockeyed.
But you always look angry in that. For $10, that's not bad. I mean, the thing is, I can't wear it with my glasses.
If you're gonna get something like that, just get the Deadpool mask.
No, I can't. Because my glasses interfere with all that. You know that.
What?
I mean, even one of these would interfere because the steam from my nose would steam up my glasses, and that's the one thing I don't really care for.
Yes. Mountain House, listen to us. All of us people that are complaining all the time about, oh, we don't want this in our food kits. They are now doing make your own survival kit or your food kits.
Really?
Where?
Mountain House.
Okay, let me check out Mountain House then.
I'm looking at it now. You can choose from, I think it's 3-day, 5-day, 3-day, 5-day, and 7-day kits.
I mean, I love their food. Don't get me wrong. I can't. There's certain ones I can't eat because they freaking throw mushrooms in them. You know.
That's why they finally listened to everybody after all these years of being like, I hate their pre-made buckets because like 2 of the meals in there are stroganoff and I will not eat those. It's nasty.
It's not so much I won't. I can't. Ooh, they got a classic kit. I'm just curious what's in that one. But,
Beef stroganoff.
I'm gonna check out your build of your own thing.
I
That's a good idea.
One of these.
You want to share that page, Cliff? In case anybody wants to, go check it out themselves. I love their breakfast skillet. I will say that all day long. I will eat their breakfast skillet every day. And it works. They make really amazing breakfast burritos with a tortilla and a little bit of cheese. And you got a meal right there.
Oh, good. It's not a used blanket.
What is?
The wool blankets.
They do have new ones.
Yeah, $42.95.
Eesh, those are. Rob tore a pair of his really expensive pants in half.
Now, I do need to get a new whoopee because there's nothing wrong with a decent whoopee.
Is that a baby blanket?
7 days. That's 21 meals.
Are you talking about the wool 3-pound wool blanket?
It says the U.S. made military wool GI blanket.
Oh, the wool GI blanket. Okay, there's 2 of them. Okay.
Yeah, 62 by 80.
That's not bad though.
70% wool, 30% synthetic, fire resistant.
Why is biscuits and gravy so dang expensive? What the heck?
I don't know.
What's like the
What's
cheapest thing to make?
what's chorizo?
It's a spicy meat.
Yeah,
I had no idea what it was.
you would die.
That's that spicy?
Well, that actually depends on where they get the chorizo from.
Yeah. I like the beef chorizo a little bit better.
No, I mean the gorilla milk and blueberries. I'll probably eat that. I'm looking at the breakfast pouches, so I haven't gotten to the dinners or anything
Yeah,
like that.
I don't think Mountain House's chorizo is gonna be spicy like you get out of the Southwest.
Yeah, because
Out of the
that's
grocery
what I was thinking. That's where you get it from. Because over here, that's going to be hot.
I've had the chicken and mashed potatoes. I've had the chicken and dumplings. I don't do the chicken and rice because I'm not a rice fan. I'm not sure what tikka masala is, so I can't answer that one because I've never seen it before.
It's again spicy.
Chicken teriyaki. I've had teriyaki, but not chicken teriyaki. Mostly beef teriyaki. And I've had fettuccine alfredo, but adobo rice and chicken. What's
Spicy.
adobo?
Spicy.
Adobo. Okay. Pasta primavera. I've had. Pad thai. I'm sure. I think that might have mushrooms.
That's going to have peanuts in it.
Peanuts in it? Okay, then no,
Yes.
definitely not. Yellow curry with chicken and rice.
Oh, that's good.
That's
Now
going to be hot.
I actually had to be careful with some of the spaghetti with beef marinara because I noticed they actually might have mushrooms in them. You just got to be careful with what's in them.
Home style chicken noodle casserole.
Yeah, because all the stroganoff always has mushrooms. I don't understand why. It's a fungus. Why do you put fungus in your food?
Because it's good for your body.
Not mine.
Yeah.
It would literally kill me to do
There
that.
are exceptions to the rule.
I'd rather not risk that rule because I like to live. I like to breathe. And those kind of things actually stop me from doing that.
Spaghetti with beef marinara is apparently out of stock.
I've been trying to find out more about it, and haven't found it yet. I do like the classic Mexican gravy, though. That's pretty good. The chili mac is amazing.
I love the chili mac.
They have two different types. They got the Pro Pack chili mac and the regular chili mac with beef. I've never tried the Pro Pack, but just the regular chili mac with beef I have. I'm not sure what the Pro Pack is or what. I think they just called the classic because they changed the packaging just to charge more. Because the regular chili mac with beef regular is $11.99. Pro Pack chili mac is $12.99, but the classic is $14.99.
I just noticed. It took me a second to figure out how to. So each section, you can choose up to 7 different breakfasts. Lunch and dinner pouches, you can choose up to 14. And then down here, where did it go? Yeah, so you got your 14 and your 7 for 21. Well, that is unfortunate. Yeah, I don't think scrambled eggs would actually be enough, even just with the bacon.
Oh, did you guys see that that video of that meteorite striking that wall?
I've seen that. I did see that in Lifetime. That they said that actual is worth money. That video alone is worth a ton of money.
Well, like I said, it shattered upon impact.
No, but the thing is, it's visual proof of it happening, which is no one's had before.
Yeah, they cut it on the doorbell.
I'm sure whoever owns that spot where it hit,
it was so tiny.
It doesn't matter what size. They will still be somebody out there looking for fragments.
Yeah, he's got them. I'm actually watching the video right now.
Okay, the spaghetti with beef marinara I can have. There is no mushrooms in that.
Oh, well, yeah, because it's spaghetti. Who puts mushrooms in spaghetti?
We do.
A lot of people. apparently.
I have friends with some severe taste issues. Jason, that's gross.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
gross.
I don't ask me why, but he's still family. He's one of the people you have to love no matter what.
I don't know about that.
You mean I even like sausage stuffed mushrooms?
Yeah.
I don't, but that's more of a less of an uncommon thing.
Yeah. All the stroganoff all has mushrooms, unfortunately.
So if you do, here's I'm looking at the thing. So I picked out my 7 for this for the 7-day.
Right.
Basically get 21 bags, so 21 meal bags. That price went from $238.79 to $190. So basically $191.
For how many days?
7 days.
How many? Okay. Just asking here, per meal of the bag, how many servings?
These are all, I believe, 2 serving bags.
So basically, they're technically we were made for 2 people, not just one.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you don't have to get. I mean, technically, you know, it's more than a super meal if you have eat 1 pouch by yourself, but people do it.
I
Surprisingly,
personally think that 1 pouch sometimes just isn't enough. Now they used to make 1 single serving bags. I have like 1 or 2 of those left.
they used to sell them at Walmart.
Yeah, those used to be like $4.99, $5.99, something like that, and then they went to the double serving. Now, if you're on Mountain House's site, you actually physically can look for the 3 serving bag.
Yeah, I've seen the 4 serving bags. The beef lasagna is safe for me. Yay!
Yes.
I'm loving the fact that they actually have the ingredients listed on here. They used to not carry them at all.
The chicken and dumplings, you can eat that one too. There's no mushrooms in that.
I do know that. I've had those before.
Yeah, I actually like that one. It's actually a pretty good one.
I'm checking the other weird ones because I don't normally eat certain
Fried
things.
rice should not have mushrooms in it.
Ooh, that's
Same with the chicken fajita bowl.
the chicken tikka masala. I can eat it. There is. Oh, I can't. Nope. Yeah, I can't. Dang it. Nuts. Literally nuts.
Yeah, don't touch the pad thai. Do not touch the yellow curry chicken with rice. Let's see. Pasta primavera, you should be able to eat. I don't think that has mushrooms in it. I don't believe so. I can't physically click on it just because I'm looking at stuff here, but
No. I'm looking at the kung pao chicken.
I believe has nuts in it as well.
No.
But there you go, folks. $191 for 21 meal bags.
Wow.
No, I can do the kung pao chicken.
That's almost a $50. That's literally a $50 savings.
And I think if you have a membership to their website or something like that, it'd probably give you a little discount or something.
No, all that does is make it easier for you to buy stuff.
Okay, I wasn't sure, but I can eat the kung pao chicken.
Yeah, I can eat
The
any.
pad thai chicken would probably be not, but yeah.
Actually,
Oh wait, can we double check?
Well, I just realized the beef stroganoff wasn't even listed in the. Oh yeah, there's beef stroganoff with noodles. I missed it because I was trying to avoid it.
Yep, there's no mushrooms, no nuts in the pad thai chicken either.
In the which one?
Pad thai.
Yeah, but that one might be spicy for you.
Well, I mean, if I'm doing a lot of backpacking, I might want to just mix it up just to throw it in there. But being able to eat only the certain ones all the time gets a little boring.
Yeah, see, that's why when I was looking at the kit, I was picking like 3 and 4 of each ones, and then like more of the other ones.
I mean, some people go with Backpackers Pantry. They go with some of the other ones.
There's
Myself,
nothing wrong with Backpackers Pantry. It's up there with Mountain House in certain quality. Some of their meals are extremely well, like really good.
they do have military kits too, folks.
Oh yeah, they're expensive as all Hades.
Yeah, the Backcountry Adventure Kit, $400.
Yeah, too much.
Now, they have 36 pouches with higher protein and focused calories to fool you on your whatever it is, but they don't really say what's in it. Okay, you got chili mac. I can't have the big stroganoff. Though the homestyle chicken noodle casserole sounds really freaking good right now, even though I can't eat because my body won't allow me to. But that actually sounds really.
That's because the Backcountry Adventure Kit comes with 36 bags of food.
Yeah, but how much is in per bag is the question.
I believe these are the 2.5 serving ones. Yeah, it contains 36 Pro Pack meals. Would like to see more.
They're all the same things that I just mentioned. They're the beef stroganoff, chili mac, adobo rice and chicken and rice, and the chicken noodle casserole.
Yeah, if it wasn't for that stroganoff, I'd almost consider getting that.
Now, I just got to. I mean, do I like rice? No. Will I eat it if I have to? Sure, but it's not my cup of tea. But I just don't know. I just got the mushroom thing and the nut thing. I got to watch out for.
Actually, dead honest, right now I'm going to tell you this. So that Backcountry Adventure,
I can't even have the chicken noodle casserole. It's got mushrooms in it. Dang it!
The chicken noodle casserole should not have mushrooms in it.
It does. I'm looking right at it.
Huh. So at $400 for the Backcountry Adventure Kit, you get 36 essentially bags, right?
Yeah.
So 190 and 190 is still less than 300. Or sorry, it's like 380. Sorry, 360. So you're saving $35 there, but you're getting 41 bags if you do the 190 and you do it twice.
Right.
For the 7-day adventure kit.
But
so if you buy two 7-day kits, you're saving yourself still a ton of money.
Yep. Okay. Well, this one's saying it's a set for 12 days, just under 2 weeks. I think your idea is cheaper. You get to go 2 more extra days, and you get to pick and choose what you get.
Yeah, for the 14 days, I'd rather spend the 180 or the 160. Or sorry, 260. Sorry, 360. God, no, I can't even math. Sorry, 380. Because 99 is 18.
You still save about $20, $10 to $20.
Yeah. Let me math. I can't math right now. My brain's I'm too stupid to figure out basic ass math.
Yeah, I would have to take out the chicken noodle casserole because the casserole apparently has mushrooms in it, and the stroganoff has mushrooms in it.
Yeah, so 380. So you're still saving
$20.
Essentially $19. And by the way, that kit's on sale right now because it's normally $468.
For the backcountry kit?
Yeah, for the backcountry kit it's $467.
That's $500. Yeah.
Even at the $400 price, plus another $190. So that's $570. You're spending almost $100 extra more for another 7 days.
Yeah, you can get 2 build your own kits and go from there, and you got enough for 2 weeks.
2 weeks for probably 2 to 4 people.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, it's the pouches are 2 servings apiece. Then you would break it down to do half that. But
so essentially 1 serving per person if you have 2 people. Then that's 14 days for 2 people.
Yeah.
If it's 1 person,
that's almost a month.
That's 41 bags.
And that's about 30 pounds.
Even if you eat 2 a day, that's still 21 days worth of food.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is, they break them down into breakfast. I say if you do a breakfast and a supper with a light snack during for lunch, so to speak, you could I like the fact that you could choose your own, and thing is I would choose the breakfast skillet over the bacon and eggs every time.
Well, see, that's the thing. That's the advantage when you do the build your own one, is it gives you that option for your breakfast when you're picking it. So again, going back to the build your own kit for 7 days, you have your biscuits and gravy breakfast skillet, granola with milk and blueberries, which I will not touch with a 10-foot pole, or you got your scrambled eggs with bacon, or the veggie chorizo breakfast scramble.
Well,
You get
I would
7.
I don't know about the breakfast scramble because I don't know what's in it. I'd have to go back and look.
It's basically going to be like a Southwest style breakfast, so it's going to be a little spicy. But knowing you, you'd probably go with 4 or 5 bags of the breakfast skillet and then like 2 bags of maybe the biscuits and gravy.
You're probably right. I do one of the breakfast and scrambled eggs and bacon just for something to mix it up. But yeah, I would go with more breakfast skillet because while throwing in some tortillas, I can make breakfast burritos, and that's an easy thing you can just roll up and just grab and go. If you can't, you don't need to have any silverware or anything like that other than just heat up them a little bit, and you can walk with those.
So then for you, then that would most likely be 4 breakfast skillets, biscuits and gravy, and then 1 scrambled eggs with bacon just to test that one out to see if that would.
Yeah, and I have one more I could choose.
Now, personally, I think to make it even better would be to do 1 biscuits and gravy, 1 scrambled eggs with uncured bacon, and then mix them.
Let me see here. I'm trying to find out what's in that.
What's in which one?
Oh, the chorizo one. I'm trying to see if there's mushrooms or anything like that in there. Nope, I can eat it. I don't know what it is.
I think there'd be mushrooms in it.
Nope, no, wrong. There is mushroom. I cannot have the chorizo. That's breakfast scramble.
Gross. It's got mushrooms in there. Nasty.
It's got mushrooms.
I happen to like mushrooms.
I know you love mushrooms, but it doesn't mean everybody. I can't eat them though.
I eat them raw.
I would eat them once. Then you'd have to find an EpiPen for me, and then I'll be pretty much sent to the hospital real quick.
Now the fettuccine with Alfredo is the fettuccine Alfredo with chicken. That one's a good one.
Yeah. A light snack for lunch, such as a wild mushroom. It
definitely would be a light snack.
I wonder what they get morel mushrooms over there in England.
People wouldn't be able to afford it if they had morel mushrooms in there.
Do they grow there? Is what I'm saying.
Here?
No, England.
Oh, I don't know.
I know they grow in Iowa.
Damn. That a Mexican adobo rice is actually going to be a spicy one. It's got chili powder, which God knows what all that could be containing. Chili paste, which is, I guess, bell peppers, canola oil, olive oil blend, onion, garlic, paprika. You got ancho chilies in there. Chipotle, oregano, cumin, mustard, black pepper, cauliflower, and zucchini mix. Like slices or like little cubes. So Colin could probably eat the Mexican style adobo rice, but that might be a spicy one for him.
Yeah.
Might be a little too spicy. What is the difference between this bag and the other bag?
I'm trying to pick up the if I'm doing that build your own thing, and I'm just trying to see what I would get so far.
Are you doing the 7-day, the 5-day, or the 3-day?
7.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think that 7-day one is the best way to go. especially right now for the price.
Because right now, for the meal, not the breakfast part. Now I'm going on to the meal, so I've already got the breakfast part taken care of. I'm going with the spaghetti with beef marinara for one.
The lunch and dinner part.
Yeah, chili mac with beef. Okay, I would not go with creamy. I might creamy macaroni and cheese, possibly, but I would have
It's
to.
actually pretty good.
It looks good because I would have to have something to put in it. You know what I mean? Like some kind of beef jerky or something kind of meat.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I would add to it. Chicken and dumplings, chicken and mashed potatoes, beef stew.
Yeah, the chicken and mashed potatoes one is kind of. I'd have to buy that to test it out myself.
I have not tried that one. So, but the beef lasagna, I think I can have the beef lasagna, but I'm not sure. I have to double check it.
Don't think the beef lasagna should have any. It doesn't have mushrooms in it.
Okay. I might try something a little different, but I just got to be careful. Like I said, I was looking at that Kung Pao chicken, but I don't think I could have that.
The chicken teriyaki is a pretty good one. I'm almost positive that one does not have mushrooms in it. I'll let you know in just a second. Oh, sorry. This one's the chicken and rice.
That should be mushroom free, right?
Yeah, the chicken and rice is 100% mushroom free.
But apparently the chicken marsala has tree nuts, so I can't. So that's out.
Yeah, it's just basically chicken, bell pepper, carrots, and celery. Those are more or less and long grain rice.
Okay, looks like the pad thai I might be able to have. I'm double checking.
I'm about half tempted to eat this bag just because I'm hungry.
Just, hey, go for it. You can demonstrate one of those meals. You have a way to boil water right there?
Yes. I always have a way to boil water somewhere. I'm a pyro.
Well, as long as anything is better than nothing, though, Rob. And also, remember, if you're burning off calories, that means you're keeping yourself warm in a cold situation. You're trying to keep your heat going.
Yeah, the north sides are pretty good for little meals, except for a lot of them require dairy. So try to avoid the ones that have dairy.
I know some people carry powdered milk in their gear as an addition.
I mean, you can, but I don't know how well that's going to taste inside one of those.
As someone who grew up on powdered milk, it works, but it's not the best. It also depends on how much water you put in it. But you can mix it with most things that require milk. But I'm not sure about, like I said, I was looking at that mac and cheese that we discussed. It looked good, but I would have to have something in it in addition to just
good. The only problem I have found so far with that mac and cheese is that it doesn't always 100% reconstitute. And it does have a bit of a grainy texture.
So sort of like the regular dry ingredient mac and cheese you can get off the shelf.
Yeah, like the Kraft ones that used to come with that powdered cheese.
Well, the thing is, you can bring your own from home, and you get the cheese Velveeta cheese sauce, and do the same thing.
Yes, but you're carrying twice as much weight.
But it's the same weight, just once that's liquid instead of powder.
So one of my boxes actually have a box of mac and cheese. I was going to do the weight ratio.
To me, a light snack would be jerky. But unfortunately, if I'm backpacking with Ian in any shape or form, I got to carry 3 times as much snack food because I could pack his backpack with all the snacks he needs. He'll go through all of his and start snacking on mine.
No, he just needs to learn when he's on a backpacking trip not to eat everything on the freaking way in.
When you're on your 11th mile of your 22-mile hike. On the first day, he doesn't, 4 times more like it, pretty much, CR. Ian, I mean, he loves his, he'll go through a pound of jerky in an hour.
I can go through a pound of jerky in 20 minutes, but that doesn't mean I'm going to on a backpacking hike.
Pretty much. No, the breakfast pizza at Casey's is pretty good, though. I'm not sure if you guys tried Casey's pizza while you guys were here or not, but
yeah, like 3 or 4 times.
the breakfast pizza.
No, I didn't try the breakfast pizza, but
Oh, you should have tried it. It's really good.
I was unfortunately I was not as satisfied. That pizza tasted subpar, in my opinion.
Well, everybody has their preference, and you actually work at a pizza place.
And I've also eaten at like 30 different pizza places throughout my life.
Right. Now, for Jenny and me, with our tastes are different because she would go for the pad thai and all those other things that I can't normally eat because she loves those things, and I would carry stuff, have her carry stuff for her, but I would make sure that she keeps her foods separate from me because she loves those kind of things. And I don't fault her for it, but as long as that she brushes her teeth between kissing me. Barbecue pizza, definitely a nope for me either.
Why? What's wrong with barbecue pizza? Jesus Christ.
CR doesn't like it. I don't care for it.
You ain't gonna wash out my pot.
That's on you there, dude.
This thing's been dirty for 2 years.
Well, now you have a reason to clean it.
Because I think I used this twice.
Is that titanium? Is that titanium?
Yeah.
So it should clear out pretty good, though.
Yeah, this is the titanium bush pot that actually goes with the Bush Buddy.
There you go.
So I have, this thing was like $80.
Oh, CR said it's too sweet. That's why he doesn't do barbecue.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
It depends on what type of barbecue, because some barbecue is too spicy, some it's just too sweet.
Well, that's why we like the Bullseye Original, because it's just a hint of sweetness, but it's a little spicy.
I mean, I don't mind barbecue pork, that they do up here. A pulled pork with barbecue sauce is not bad because you can put as much as you want on it, not as much as someone else wants on it. And you can also choose which type. If it's too sweet or too spicy, I won't touch it. Okay. Yeah, he's fine with spicy, CR is, but not. I can't do too spicy because I like being able to swallow my food. Now, on the Mountain House site, Jason, which ones would you choose?
I can eat all of them.
I understand you would be able to eat all of them, but which one would you choose? Because if you're doing the 7-day pack, you got to choose those meals. Which one? Because you already do so many.
Probably like 2 or 3 of each.
Well, you're already limited amount how many you can pull out of the 7-day box.
Yeah.
Set up.
I just tell them random.
I'm still trying to pick the meal part. I like chili mac a lot, and chicken and dumplings I like. Chicken and mashed potatoes, I'll try it.
This won't take long to heat up at all.
The spaghetti I like.
I'm gonna do this right on my desk. Ooh, cast iron skillet.
Going old school, huh?
No, I got that little 8-inch cast iron skillet. I'm gonna set my stove on that.
Oh, there you go.
That's where it gives me a flatter surface.
Are you using a? Okay.
And I've already got my spoons.
It's gonna sound like a jet engine, folks.
Let me clean this one up.
With its self-igniter.
Say what?
That come with its own igniter.
Dude, I just found one of my other beanies.
There you go.
I have 4 of these things now. I think this was the free one I got. I got this one somewhere.
Hey.
How the heck did I get this one?
Nothing wrong with that.
He just popped out and was on my floor. I was like, what the heck?
Hey, they heard you calling.
Must have been under. Oh, you know what? I think it was under the cast iron. But let me go wash this and I'll be right back.
Okay. Now, I mean, is the price different there for you, CR, on the Mountain House site? Because I mean, I don't know what the differences over in Canada is to, U.S. Because I mean, is it cheaper or more expensive for you?
No. All right, I guess we're doing cooking with Colin.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. At least we're not asking you to do a grilled cheese.
Yeah, I have not been in the mood for one of those in a long while. I don't know why.
I do love my grilled cheese, though. Now, if I could figure out a way to do that on the trail, I would do that.
Yeah, it's one of these, and you take a little cast iron skillet with you.
I do have a little cast iron skillet. It's right over there.
Then you just need a little gas stove, and you're good to go.
Well, generally, I have a pan I carry with me, with my skillet, with my MSR kit. I do have a skillet I could use, but I would have to make sure I have plenty of butter, though. That's the only thing.
Yeah, that actually does catch that right there in the corner. Sweet.
You could drop your name down if you don't want your name shown. That would give you a better view, or you can go big if you want to.
No, I'm fine right here. I can move it over. It's not
No,
gonna
I was talking about your name down below on the bottom of your picture. That way you can just give yourself a bigger view.
No, I'd have to take that off physically. That's the one thing I do like about this pot is it's got the bail handle, and then it's got the.
I did that on purpose, where I give you a little better view because I mean, we don't do a lot of cooking on the show other than grilled cheese. So this is actually a pretty cool idea, and actually, it sounds good to me. I'm not even. I mean, I can't eat, but I'm hungry. It's like you would not believe.
So I've got the cup handles on the backside, and then it's got the bail handle, so you because the thing's already hotter than Hades. I burned myself.
Where is your gloves, dude? Grab your gloves.
Yeah, they're sitting right here. I'm telling you,
Put the dang thing on.
because I have all of this stuff like in my room where I can grab it, but I have it here for a reason.
But you haven't used it in a while. Now you're going, hey, it's all coming out where you need it.
No, I just forgot how fast that thing heated up.
Well, titanium it
gets hot
really well.
fast. But yeah, so it's got the bail handle here and then the actual pitcher handle, the cup handle's on the back.
So it's not like the pocket rocket, though. It's not that really loud. I can barely hear it. That I can hear.
Yeah, I'd have to. This is like maxed out.
He's got that little one that he got from Dan, and it gets loud.
Yeah, the pocket rocket is wicked loud.
Dan wants to know if those are candles on the floor.
No, they're actually my little mini oil lamps.
Are you heating up the place there?
I always have it inside of a teacup.
Oh, those are the homemade ones you made.
Yeah. So it's basically just like the Tostitos cans. And then the inserts, it's like a little glass mushroom insert with a wick in it. And you can buy them in packs of like 3 or 4. They're pretty cheap.
The only thing I would worry about is because it's open flame, Cliff. That's the only thing I would worry about.
I don't have any issues with it. Honestly, if you're really that worried, you can go to the store and buy one of the replacement globes for the oh my god,
chimneys.
No, the chimneys won't fit on here. They're too tight. The glass globes for the what the hell, the stupid camp lanterns, the ones that take the
oil lamps?
No, not the oil lamps. The freaking God, I literally forgot the name of the stupid things. The green ones. Not the cheap little like miners lanterns, but like the Colan lanterns.
Yeah. He wants to know
why globe and just put that over it so it's there. But
no, but he had a question. Why aren't you using those instead?
That is weird. Y'all see that on my screen, right?
Yeah, I see it. It's a reflection of your flame.
I got a ghost. There's a ghost. Yeah, no, they're just little little oil lamps.
No, but why don't you use those to heat up the food? Is what he was
It
asking.
would take goddamn freaking forever.
Well, there's your answer. Well, it could be done. It would take a while. No, though, with the titanium, wouldn't that transfer the heat a little easier, though?
Yes and no, but remember, you're also when you're doing that, you're putting heat like in a constant spot.
Oh, it's
So-
right. It doesn't transfer. It doesn't spread out.
Yeah, no. So when you're doing a little tiny candle flame like this, yeah, there's no heat dispersion. It's just one little flame right in the top.
And what kind of oil are you using in those, Cliff? Are you using those to heat your room up?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little extra added heat.
You're generally out at the top of the hour anyway. Yeah, CR, we know.
CR doesn't like staying with us. We're boring.
Did you wipe
My
off
water's
your,
already boiling, by the way.
Cliff, did you wipe your lid off pretty quick?
I will in a minute.
Because your lid has got that soot on there.
Yeah. It's going in the container anyway.
What kind of oil are you using in those?
That paraffin lamp oil.
I thought that was supposed to be sootless.
Yeah, normally, but not when you do it the way I was doing it.
No, it might be the wicks you're using too.
No, it's the way I had it standing there. So there's the desiccant pack as always. All right, I'm gonna have to get both of my gloves on to do this because it's gonna be hot.
When you're hot, you're hot. When you're not, you're not.
And these aren't exactly the thickest leather gloves either.
All you need is basics mostly. Oh, it's already boiling. I can see it.
Oh yeah, it's been boiling for a couple of seconds now.
It's a rolling boil.
Oh, it's roaring.
You can shut it off now.
Good. Crank it even more. Here comes the pour. See, this is the advantage this has over a lot of the other
Does that
stuff.
have the measurements in it on the inside?
Yes.
And folks, this is how you use a Mountain House meal. Be careful. Do not burn yourself again there, Cliff. The also advantage of the titanium beds, they cool off quickly too.
Yeah, it cools off almost as fast as aluminum. A little bit of mix.
A few minutes for that to.
Look at this video.
What?
That's the
What?
That's the rice and chicken.
Yes, this is the rice.
Oh, that's cool.
On
Yeah,
the
okay.
end.
All right.
Hey, Pappy Two Bears, how you doing, brother?
Happy Two Bears.
Glad you could make it.
Now, actually, the funny thing is, I actually tripped over it yesterday on one of the things, but luckily it was the big fat one,
Right?
and most of the oil that almost poured out landed in the catch basin.
Well, that's good.
And I only put it on that one that way in the first place was because the last time I filled it up, I thought it was leaking, but it was just some of the oil had poured down the side and it was just on the bottom. So every time I moved it on my floor, it would have little patches of like a little circle of oil. So I put it on that, but when I stepped on it the other day, I didn't even step on it. I stepped on the tray while I was wrong way, trying to organize this mess down here, looking for my eye drops.
Did you find them?
Yeah, I found them. They were not where I thought they had slid to, but they were there. But yeah, I just have it on the floor now. I got a dirty rag. Where did I put it?
Okay, I'm going to ask the question we've been asking everybody since we come in. There was a general, I'm going to guess a poll going on. What do you call stocking caps? Do you call it a toque? Do you call it a toboggan? Do you call it a beanie? I call it a watch cap because it's what I've always done in the military. So what do you call them?
I'll be right back. You can put me down, Colin. You don't need to watch while I'm waiting.
Now, what do you call these? Toque. Okay. I know you call it a toque, Doug. I'm talking to Pappy Two Bears. I'm trying to figure out what it's, and I think it's spelled a different name. It's spelled Touque in Canada as Toque, because I always see the Touque or something like that. I'm not sure, except how the proper spelling is. That's right. That's the spelling. Okay, you call it a Toque. Okay, thank you. Because I mean, we call it a watch cap. It's literally in the tag. It says watch cap. So, U.S. military watch cap. It's this is just a Velcro patch I put on there, but this is U.S. military. The MSN number says watch cap. Oop, as you can see, knit cap, knit, watch. So watch cap. And I'm still trying to figure out, how do people call them toboggans? Toboggans is a sled. If you can answer that one for me, I'd greatly appreciate it, because that does not make sense. And Jason's being really quiet over here.
Yeah, I'm just listening to you guys.
Well, we technically we're like three fat guys in the woods type of thing. And we got three different styles. But apparently Toques is the number one answer so far, besides beanie. Mine is like down. The only one on the list is called watch cap. That's right. I forgot you started off in New York. You're a Southern transplant, Doug.
Still hot, but I can still grab it. Actually, now I'm curious. Stop. We will not fit over that, but the cast canister, I believe, fits right in here.
Yeah, a lot of people transport them that way.
You can under most normal circumstances, but again, since this was the Bush Buddy, it goes with my bush stove. So it goes with my Bush Buddy.
Right.
And I don't want to hear no one telling me that otherwise.
He started on that.
It's a solo knockoff. No, this is not a solo knockoff.
That one actually came out prior to the solo.
There is my.
Where's it? Who's laughing? Where people can see it.
Who's laughing?
There you go.
Yep,
So
it says Bush Buddy. Turn it to the other one.
Bush Buddy.
Yeah, I saw it.
My Bush Buddy went inside the house real quick.
You're still a transplant, Doug. Anybody who was not born in Florida is a transplant. Right, Cliff?
Yes. Everyone that's moved everywhere is a transplant. Jason is a transplant, but then he transplanted back.
The only one that's not really a transplant is me. Born and bred in Iowa.
I also have a big old thing of red chili powder, so I can make red chili anywhere I go.
That's not a bad idea there, Cliff.
And that thing don't weigh much. And that's a full container, more or less.
Is that one of those bouillon cube containers?
Yeah. It's the plastic one, too, so I don't have to worry about it breaking.
Good idea. I would still throw in some bouillon cubes, because you never know.
Yeah.
Having bouillon cubes in anything, whether it be chicken or beef, are good to have. They take up hardly any space, and they always enhance any meal that you make.
And they have a nice spice salt content.
So, getting that soot off there.
More or less, soot-free.
Now, how much is your little Bush Buddy setup weigh? When you're getting it set up for you, the way you like it.
Well, all I have in there is just this, and it's just a container, so I think it weighs less than 2 pounds.
That's not bad. I got my own version.
I'll have to scale and actually do it, but
I do have it is a wood gas stove. So I've got my own version of that, which is probably a knockoff of a solo stove, probably, but it still works. The same principles.
a nice mesh bag. Which goes
All American, mostly. With a few exceptions there, Doug. We got some Canadians in here. We have some
We had a
Brett-
resident Aussie, but I don't know where she's at tonight.
I have no idea. She's
I don't know either.
wherever she chooses to be because she doesn't work anymore. Unless she got another job
She's probably at home doing laundry.
or taking a nap. She can do that if she wants to.
That she can. There we go,
But-
all nice and snug as a bug in a rug, all back in its little pot container.
Now, do you carry any additional fuel for emergencies for that?
No, because this is wood stove.
Good to know, Pappy. And Pappy, since you haven't been here in a while, but I feel like I can trust you. I think I'm going to do something here real quick because I want to.
Yeah, so no, normally this is the whole setup right here, Colin, because this is going to give me everything I need for any meals. Even if I take like a day trip or something, I can take like one or two like the small mountain house bags.
Right.
And I mean, I really only need to boil 2 cups of water. So as long as I have a 32-ounce water bottle, or I can take a spare with me, I'll have more than enough water for the trip to make my meals, and then even for the way out. Plus, I always have a water filter on me, so it's not like I have a shortage of water abilities to get water.
Well, that's what I was getting ready. My next question for you was your water filter. Now, I've got 2 different styles of water filters. 3, if you count what Jenny carries in hers, because she's got that radiation one that I found for her.
Hey, that's a good amount of water.
I've got the Katadin Higer, and I also have the other one of the Sawyer Mini.
I've got 2 or 3 Sawyer minis. I have a Frontier survival straw. I have
Too late. He's already done it, Doug. He's cooking right now. He's done. He's waiting for it to finish up.
Dude, that's what happens when you go drinking, doggy. You missed me cooking my food. It's
He's cooking as you speak. He's holding it right there.
Squishy.
I always need it as I go when you do something like that, because you always got to help keep things moving on those things.
Well, see, that's what
By the way,
saying.
Pappy, please post something for me. I want to
We
show
got
you.
this little skillet right here, like I said, that I got for during the holidays for a little tiny cookie.
Is that for tortillas sized?
It is for the like 6 or 8 inch tortillas, yeah.
He's
So you can
making
make like little
chicken and
tiny
rice.
fajitas.
And
You can make like the little tiny fajita wraps if you needed to. I mean, it's not a massive pan.
I'm just thinking, it's a smaller tortilla would probably fit on that if you want to warm it up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It'll work for like the 6 inch tortillas.
And that's what I generally carry with me when I'm on the trail.
Yeah.
Good.
Inside diameter is 7.5 inches.
Oh yeah, more than big enough for those smaller tortillas. Yeah, those, I mean, I would not. I mean, if you want to do a big breakfast skillet thing, you could make a bunch of those 6-inch burritos
Oh,
with
yeah.
that.
You can make one pancake at a time, honestly.
Yeah, you could.
And
Yeah,
that's
it's big enough for
a good sized pancake.
You're most welcome, Pappy. Well, thing is, it would be also good enough for making a grilled cheese.
Yeah, you can make one grilled cheese on it, normal standard bread.
Yeah.
Because that's about as big as I mean, you're not going to get anything bigger than a standard loaf of bread on there.
Well, I do one at a time anyway, because I mean, I like being able to slide my grilled cheese around. Because with all the amount of butter I go through when I make my grilled cheese,
You wouldn't really be able to slide this around all that much.
you don't need to, just as long as you can get it shifted around.
Trying to see if I have anything in here that's roughly the size of a piece of bread, and surprisingly I don't.
Yeah, they always cook steak on those outdoor videos for some reason. I don't know why. But chicken, I would not do chicken outdoors. I'm sorry. The only reason is because the risk of salmonella is high, so I'd rather not. But pork, I could probably do.
Yes and no on that one. So if it's frozen when you start your trip and it's still cold when you get there, you should be fine.
Yeah.
Well, CR, thank you for coming.
Later, Sierra,
Yes,
you're
you are.
also cooking it, so you're going to cook off any contaminants or possible generation of bacteria in the first place.
No, I would make sure if you're going to do chicken, I would do like a chicken breast with no bones.
Yes.
That way you can make sure you can evenly cook it through.
Yeah, no, you're not going to take a whole like roasted chicken out there or whatnot, or a Cornish game hen.
No, or even
Unless you have
a
it like
quail.
and if you can spit roast it, not a problem. But
yeah, I'd say grilled chicken breast, yes. But I would not do anything else. And like you said, if it's cold, frozen or cold, kept cold the entire time. But if you're on a decent trek, I generally wouldn't take chicken because just like I said, the risk of salmonella is too high.
it's good for like the first day, maybe day and a half. But again, if you have a freezer pack, like a small bag that's like designed in a freezer pack, it'll be good for about 2 days because it's literally freezing. It's keeping its temperature in the bag while slowly thawing out. So you might have 48 hours on a frozen chicken.
Unless you're doing a winter hike, then that might change things a little bit. Because I've seen people do a lot of winter hikes with the meats to keep themselves. Luke on the Outdoor Boys does that. He cooks a lot of fancy meals like Jason does. Because Luke apparently likes Asian food a lot. So
Nothing wrong with Asian food. Easy to make. It's mostly just freaking rice.
well, he goes gourmet, is what I'm basically saying.
Veggies and sauce, man.
He does it out in the middle of nowhere when he's doing his survival videos. If you ever watch any of his videos, Jason, you should check his menu. His menu is like off the charts. Now, but Dan does make a point about a lot of the outdoor videos do use a lot of steak, but pork would probably be my more, choice over chicken and rice.
Yeah, you're more likely to get sick off of pork though.
But you got to make sure you cook it all the way through.
Yeah, so the reason why they use steaks is because when a steak is frozen, it will stay that way for a long time.
Now, which style of steak would you say would be best for something like that?
Most of these guys are out there freaking doing tomahawk steaks.
I'm a guy because I'm on a budget. I'd say a minute steak would be what I can afford. By the way,
you probably go with something a little thicker than a minute steak.
But minute steak, you can get like 3 or 4 of them in the same amount of space.
Yeah. But if you're doing like your breakfast skillet wrap and you're doing like a fajita breakfast or a fajita style breakfast, you're going to cook basically each one of those minute steaks is going to go in each burrito. So if you have 4 pieces of minute steak, that's essentially 4 burritos. And then you're out whatever the cost of that was, maybe $4.99, $5.99.
Oh, I could probably buy the meat
off the bag.
Shoot, steak as it is. I can just order it, just buy it that way, and just cook it that way. Because Jenny's done that here, making her own stuff. It's already pre-cut and separated and everything. All you have to do is heat it up. But to me, like minute steak, nobody talks about minute steaks anymore. They always talk about.
Nobody takes minute steaks on a camping trip.
I did growing up. That's what we were poor. That's what we could afford.
I understand that, but the thing is, when you're taking that out there, you've got for virtually no produce or product, you have a lot of discard.
No, not us. We ate everything.
You ate the foam tray and the plastic wrap?
No, that one. No, we actually pre-packaged it into a.
That's what I'm talking about. Discard. So you've got that little blood pouch that's always on the bottom. You got the foam tray and then the saran wrap.
No. We transported into like Tupperware.
Okay, so you still have the Tupperware then,
but the Tupperware we always reuse.
All right, so there's that. If you guys would like to, I will pour this into something that you can see this in.
I wish I could smell it, but because I'm hungry.
It smells good, and the thing is, this is really not something you really want to eat late at night because it will make your stomach funny. Like you want to, it just doesn't sit right, in my opinion.
You're not wrong, Dan, because pork steaks in the long of strips are really good too. I'm sure that Jason's probably done pork and rice and stuff like that too.
Oh yeah.
Pork steaks and stuff is very common up here. I mean, because we don't have a lot of cattle compared to Texas, but because Iowa actually has the largest pig per person ratio in the United States. Does anybody know how many pigs we have per person in Iowa?
How many what?
Pigs per person in Iowa.
Probably about 150.
7. 7 pigs per person in the entire state. Bacon or pork steak.
I've got my nice little Whataburger breakfast bowl from this morning. Washed it out already.
Well, I gotta go mute for a bit.
The only thing I don't like the fact is that says celery in it.
I like celery though.
A lot of the vegetables, they don't rehydrate the way you think they should.
Oh, I can understand about celery not rehydrating, right? I can understand that. Because celery is 90% water to me anyway.
Yeah, dried out, they're weird. So here we go. Here's
it's mostly fiber anyway, so it's not actually, nutrition.
That's actually all going to fit in that bowl. Holy crap.
That's 1 serving, or 2 servings, right?
That's 2 servings, but this is also a fairly large bowl.
I've had chipped beef growing up, but not very often. Now, do you make your chipped beef, Pappy, or do you actually buy it yourself? Or you buy it?
Wait, what?
Pappy's suggesting chipped beef. I mean, we grew up with chipped beef sandwiches and stuff like that, and mashed potatoes growing up.
I do not throw my packages away. I wash them out and I save them. And then one of these days I'm going to take advantage of Mountain House does do like a return thingy for random stuff. So you can like return these.
Or if you have the canister.
More sad ones.
Cliff, also, if you get the canister meals of Mountain House, you can, if you measure them out, you can reuse those for that.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good way of reusing those pouches. Oh, Cliff, look at the bottom of your pouch.
Yeah, I know. They always have the nifty little sayings on the bottom.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, this one says, you got to be careful if you don't know where you're going because you might not get there. Yogi Berra.
Hey, nothing wrong with the quotes. I actually thought that those were kind of cool.
And there's a picture of old like 60s bus on there. It's hard to show it because I don't want to get sauce all over my computer.
Well, after you rinse it out and stuff, you could show it off. But I'm not with that dehydrated eggs though.
Shit.
Powdered eggs is something I've only had in the service once or twice.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if Cliff knows who this is, but Mr. Baseball passed away.
Sounds familiar. I can't place the name though. Like
Bob Uecker.
Bob Uecker passed? Oh man, I loved him.
90. Well, like
really?
I said, for you and I, our age, we got to watch his sports program every Saturday morning.
No one gave him any respect
for the world of sports.
They always made fun of him.
Nope, I found the.
He was always in the major league movies, if you remember.
Oh yeah, no, he was.
Oh, he was the old dude, the announcer guy.
He was the guy. He did the running commentary.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Now, if you pull up the Wild World of Sports, I used to watch it every weekend. And they show all the mishaps and the great catches.
I just think if Cliff rinses those out and washes them out properly, you could reuse them for the purpose that they were intended for that particular meal. If he gets the big number 10 cans of Mountain House, he could reuse another portion of it and keep it on the tray.
Happy says, he says they can be reused and if you wash and sterilize them and then heat sealed. With these bags, so where the tear off point is literally like a quarter of an inch above where the actual Ziploc is at. So, but yes, you can do that, but you have to pay attention on the top of the bag where they have the main seal. You have to just cut under where it's sealed, and then you have enough meat down here to reseal it.
I have vacuum seal bags, so I can just do that.
Well, the thing is, this one here is made for that purpose. That way you didn't have to worry about relabeling or anything like that.
Those vacuum seal bags, you can put them in boiling water and cook your food.
How much do they really run with the vacuum sealer, Jason?
Yeah, they're designed to actually put in boiling water.
No, I understand. I was asking about cost.
Actually, they're not bad.
I don't know what they run, so I'm just curious. Jenny had a vacuum sealer a while back, but we don't know where it's at, and we may have to go buy a whole new setup. I'm just looking to see what would be a good brand to go.
We bought the 5200.
Okay, how much did that run?
Was it $250?
Ooh.
Yeah.
If you
I might have to look on that.
The one thing it didn't come with was the jar lids to seal mason jars.
Oh,
We had to buy those.
Okay, I've seen those. It's got the separate thing for that. Yeah, I saw those.
And we got both for the wide mouth and the small mouth.
man, actually,
And
How's
they
that,
vacuum seal and they hold.
how's that tasting, Cliff?
I could have got another few minutes letting it sit in there, but aside from that, the rice is not soggy. The only few pieces of celery I had, which is going to be right here,
Right.
not crunchy, not it's hydrated right.
So it's decent.
Carrots,
Sounds good to
what
me.
you would standardly get if you boiled a carrot. It's got a little bit of crunch but softness to it. Well, other than that,
The fact that you don't like celery and you ate a piece still, that's good.
well, I mean, there was only like a handful of pieces in here. Normally, there's a lot more. I don't know what happened with this bag. It must have been like the bottom of the mix when they were doing it. But there's another piece of celery.
Now, you're actually convinced me to get something with rice in it now, Cliff. You know that, right?
In all honesty, the rice and chicken, I'm kidding, it's not a bad meal. It's actually really good.
Well, like I said, we used to eat rice like every meal when
Yeah.
I was a kid because that's what we get
With
afford.
this, there is one recommendation that I have for anybody that does get this. Either a sleeve of Ritz crackers or a sleeve of saltines.
I can. You do have the new snack packs that come in like little bags like
And-
this.
And some sriracha sauce.
No sriracha
Yeah.
sauce. Only you like sriracha sauce.
If you wanted to make this if you wanted to make this a little bit more on the peppy side, sriracha is one of them. If you have any like pepper powder, like the stuff that I was making, or like my red chili powder, you can sprinkle a little bit of red chili powder in there, mix it in there, and it'll give it a little spice. It'll almost be like, honestly, if you do the red chili powder, I think it's going to be more closely related to the curry rice.
They do sell they do the curry rice one.
Yeah,
too.
they have that. But if you add like the chili powder to this itself, that's going to be where you're going to more or less end up, because that's usually what curry is. It's rice
With
and
chili
something else, and then covered with like a curry sauce.
Now, Tabasco, the little mini Tabasco bottles they used to have in the MREs, if they still do, I think they're packets now instead of bottles, which really sucks. But those were very common in most MREs growing up when I was.
Yes, they were.
And the thing is, those were hoarded. They were hoarded. If you could find someone who didn't need them, you got them off of them one way or another. They were very tradable items.
Yeah, because all that food was bland AF.
Oh, I've had some bad MREs, Cliff.
Oh, I have to.
Did you have the pork rind?
Nope.
No, I have not had the pork rind.
Oh my God! It basically was like a rice patty, but without any water or anything. You had to eat it
Ooh.
because they didn't allow you to cook it. You couldn't add water to it, nothing. Yeah, I know. It was. I got that one in basic, and everybody was just like, dude. They felt sorry for me.
Hey, everybody, send me stuff.
But now, while MREs do work, the flavor, as Cliff mentioned, are on the
Exceptionally bland, flavorless side.
Now they do have a few that do taste really good. A few items, especially the sides. The sides end up being better than the meals sometimes. Their lemon pound cake is off the charts.
I've had the peanut butter bars.
I can't do that one, but the lemon pound cake is just phenomenal. Yeah, the fact that if you get the M&Ms or something like that as well, those are very highly prized as well. Though I end up trading the peanut ones I always got with somebody else. So
I think I actually put the right amount of water in here. Oh, actually more. I found some more celery.
now, what do you generally take with you, Pappy? I mean, I've used Mountain House. I've not tried the Backpacker's Pantry yet, or any of the other ones, because I mean, a lot of the other ones are a little bit more expensive or less accessible to me, being where I'm at in Iowa.
Majority
No,
of that stuff you
I
got to
do
order
plan on
online.
I do plan on adding some to both Jenny's bags and my bags, but I've got 3 different bags I got to pack, not just one. I've got my
There is one that I had from Backpacker's Pantry, and I regret buying 3 bags of it because the first bag I ate damn near made me sick. It was I think it was Jamaican jerk chicken and something, and holy Christ, it was just unpleasant to eat.
I'm not sure if you've heard of this one, but when we were backpacking up at Yellow River once, we went over to Cabela's over in Prairie du Chien. We found Mountain House pizza.
I'll probably try it. Dead honest.
Ian saw it. He wanted it. We picked up one just because he wanted it, and it turned out pretty decent. Pepperoni pizza. Hey, because I'm sorry, I know a lot of backpackers who inhale a small pizza by themselves after like 10, 20 miles on the trail. A whole pizza by themselves with all the calories they burnt through. And people wonder why a lot of backpackers are skinny. They burn through a hell of a lot of calories.
Well, yeah, because they're exercising more than they're eating.
But so people who do prepping and preparedness and all that stuff should check out the backpackers. They understand about what it takes to move and carry meals with them with a lot like lightweight stuff. I'm not talking about the ultralight guys who do cold soak and all that crap. I'm a firm believer if you're going to eat a meal, eat something hot. Comfort is more important, which is why my gear is a little heavier than most. I mean, I've got actually upgraded my from my 10 backpack my Kelty for that reason. Though,
I think I've tried the chicken. Oh no, the chicken and mashed potatoes is new.
Yeah, I think we both mentioned that. They don't have the pepperoni pizza one anymore.
No, it might have been like a limited time thing from probably way back in the day, but sorry. Went down the wrong hole.
Bridgeford ready to eat pepperoni and pizza one. Pepperoni and cheese pizza. Bradford pizza. Ready to eat pizza. I think that's one of them. And O'Meals does one too. I'm not familiar with O'Meals. That must be a new one.
No, those are I know that one.
O'Meals?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with those.
I've tried a few of them. Those basically cook in the bag.
Right.
Like literally just cook it in the bag. You just throw that in a pot of hot ass water and you just let it go.
Oh, it's a boil in a bag type. Okay. I'm not familiar with those. So that's good to know.
Provides high quality nutrition, nutritious meals packed with protein to help keep you going. They are almost weightless. That's because it's a backpacking meal. You can take them wherever life takes you. Plus, our meals are already fully cooked and self-heating. Just add a few ounces of any non-flammable liquid and a hot meal in minutes. So it's boiled in bag. I'm assuming by non-flammable liquids they mean water.
Right.
So it's probably got one of those thermal water-activated heater pouches inside of it.
Yeah.
Because they have a venting pop spot on the bag.
Well, they actually have some different ingredients on here because they got something called molten brownie, chicken Creole with brown rice, which one Jason might like. Though this one here I will not touch with a 10-foot pole because it is what it is. Turkey chili with beans.
turkey,
I don't
chili.
care if it's got a high protein count.
Yeah, that actually probably would be it. Decent.
I've made
Lentils with beef and vegetables and sauce. Pasta fagioli, whatever that is. Brown potatoes with pepper and onions, bacon, pepper, and onions. Vegetarian chili. I'm sorry. Chili must have meat. I don't care who you are.
No, I've made turkey meatball soup, and it was really good.
S'mores cookie. Ooh.
Lentils, veggie, Southwest.
Okay, I've had cheese tortellini, but I've heard of lentils. I've never had them. I'm not sure what's in the. I mean, if any of these meals actually have mushrooms or nuts in them, I don't know because I've never heard of them until today. So, if anybody hasn't tried, have you tried those, Cliff? You said.
Yeah, I tried one. I don't remember which one it was, to be dead honest. It was a while ago.
The hash brown potatoes look really good, but if I'm going to go with hash browns, I'm going to go with that little box thing that Grace told us about. That's really cheap. You know, comes in the. You know, but the thing you still got to brown it no matter what.
I think I did the pasta fagioli. Sounds familiar. I probably still have the bag somewhere.
They got like maple and brown sugar breakfast stuff, hash brown potatoes with bacon, onions, and peppers.
The cheese tortellini and sauce actually looks good. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay, never mind.
I'm looking at all the different
chunky tomato sauce.
They got chickpea marsala. I'm not sure what I've heard chickpeas, never had them.
Garbanzo beans.
Never had those either.
Little beans, little tiny beans.
Like I said before, and I'll say it again, chili should never be vegetarian.
Meat the only difference with the oatmeals is they only have a 5-year shelf life, and I'm assuming. Okay, so yeah, it's whatever the NXH heating technology.
I have no idea what that even is. I've never heard of it.
These
are all boil in a bag, though, right?
Yeah, it's boil in a bag. It's a heater pack. It's the something heater pack.
Isn't it like iron ferrite or pyrite and something else?
Yeah, non-toxic chemicals inside a non-woven fabric pad sealed with ultrasonic sealing technology, individually wrapped in foil, contained inside 280 by 180 millimeter multi-layered construction bag with 95 millimeter gussets, heat-resistant open zipper, steam vent, and instructions. So that's basically just for the meal bag.
Dried pasta, dried veggies, canned tomato paste.
Essentially, it's one of those water activated bag heaters.
Well, Pappy's. I mean, I've done the cheap stuff when I first started backpacking because I couldn't afford the big meals and stuff.
I have those for emergency food.
They're basically for emergencies, though. I do bring the breakfast skillet from Mountain House because those are good breakfast. Because I'm a firm believer when you're on the trail, you should start off with a good meal at the beginning of the day. Because you're going to do, you want something that's going to last you pretty much throughout the day, and then big meal in the morning, big meal at night, and just the rest of the time. Chili with bacon does actually. I must be hungry, Cliff. That sounds good. Because I mean, you put bacon in baked beans. I don't see why not. I mean, yeah, bacon and baked beans. I don't see why you couldn't put it in chili too. What do you think, Cliff?
Yeah, no, bacon goes with everything. Except bacon will not go, in my opinion, with sardines.
Or fish in general.
Yeah, it's two extremely opposing flavors.
What about bacon with turkey? And people, before someone says turkey bacon, it is not a thing. It does not exist in my book.
I'd say maybe turkey chili, but
they have that. The oatmeals do have turkey chili, which makes no sense to me. Turkey chili should always be beef.
For anybody that's more vegetarian, check out Good to Go. They have backpacking meals as well, and they're more on the vegetarian side.
Another one. Oh, is what the other one? The something Farms, Adeline Farms, or something like Anderson Farms,
Augustin Farms.
Augustin Farms. They're mostly vegetarian too. You can get those from Walmart. Walmart carries those every day.
Mine doesn't carry them anymore. Been trying to find them for months.
You need one? If it's not something, I could have picked one up for you.
I have them here.
Yeah, but you said they're hard to find. Oh, we got them.
Hard to find at Walmart. I have a bag. I've had that thing for like 6 years. I haven't even opened. Haven't cooked nothing out of it.
Yeah, the only thing about bacon when you're cooking on the trail, bacon grease doesn't carry well. That's the only issue. Trying to figure out a way to carry bacon grease with you on the trail. Because generally people, carrying little bottles of oil or something like that is usually what someone ends up doing because it's easier to carry, like vegetable oil.
Living on a little Tupperware container helps.
Well, little bottles of reusable of those little mini syrup containers, syrup bottles. Yeah. They're like that big. You can reuse those for like corn oil or canola oil. But it's hard to put that hot grease in those things because it melts the plastic.
No, you put it in there after it cools.
Well, if it's cooled, then it's solid.
Yeah.
But you got to wait for it to cool. And sometimes when you don't have time to wait, let it sit. But, in the mornings. Because in the mornings, once you get done eating, you're packed up and ready to go. I know some guys have barely got the fire out before they were on the trail again.
Sorry.
They eat, they pack, and they go. If they don't pack first, then eat and go. But carrying bacon on the trail would be an amazing thing if I could get Yoder's canned bacon. I would carry it just for the weight because it wouldn't be weighing very much.
You got bacon in the bag. It's already cooked. All you have to do is unzip it and pull it out.
Yeah, the reheated bag bacon, which you can get off of any.
You don't even have to heat it. It's like jerky.
No, it's never like jerky. Jerky's jerky and bacon's bacon. But they do make bacon jerky.
Yeah, no.
But
essentially, bacon is the pig version of steak jerky.
Pretty much, but not as thick.
If you get the thick, that's the same thing.
No, you got the beefcake beef jerky.
Never had any of that.
Why would I make beef jerky out of tomatoes?
No. Andrew Flair does the beefcake beef jerky. He also does pork jerky.
I'm thinking I might make a video of a trip to the jerky store in Des Moines for you guys. See what you guys think about, if they allow me to film in the store, obviously.
Just gonna ask them.
Yeah. I'll just make sure my GoPro is charged up and ask them if I could record in the store and then go in and start talking about the different types of jerkies that they offer. I mean, I know they have all brands, all types from all over the world, and I will probably pick up a few pounds of it because, there's nothing wrong with bacon and jerky, especially any kind of jerky. So what kind of jerky would you guys choose that you have never tried before?
Mustard.
What?
Yeah. Mustard.
That's a flavoring, but not an actual type.
It's beef jerky. It's made out of beef. Like,
no, you want beef? Do you want ostrich? Do you want alligator? Do you want, water buffalo?
No, because alligator's not beef. Ostrich is not beef.
It's all jerky. It's a jerky store. Is what I said. I didn't call it beef jerky.
Beef jerky.
Just beef jerky. You just want beef. You don't want any other kind of animal.
I already tasted alligator. Alligator tastes like chicken.
Alligator tastes like alligator.
I've never had alligator. I've had other kinds, but not that one. Now, like I said,
it's essentially just a giant ass turkey.
It is. They have emus here. They don't have ostriches, but
same difference.
Same. Yeah, I'm not sure if they're the same family though, because one's got more feathers than the other one. But emus are more cold tolerant than ostriches because they have more feathers. But they're just as pricks as anybody else.
Emus are just the pretty birds. It's just giant. It's just a giant turkey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen some don't do jerky. They probably do jerky, gator steaks more than I have anything else. But I would not do it. There's no gators up here.
Yeah,
There is, but they're in zoos. That's it.
No, they come off the trucks.
Ha.
They're on the interstate.
Well,
road
okay.
gators.
We're going to make this interesting. We're going to do a bite of rice and a cheese puff.
What if you do a crumble over the top?
We could.
I know.
Surprisingly, that did not taste as nasty as I thought it was going to.
I know a lot of guys who do a lot of combo stuff on their things. I mean, Fritos are very common on the trail they added as an add-on to most meals to give it a little bit more.
High salt content. That's why.
Yep. Also, it's a good fire starter. When you have a place to put an actual campfire, because generally a lot of places didn't have places for campfires. Because they have problems with open flame stuff sometimes. Oh, that's a.
I just bit the back of my tongue.
That burnt?
No, I bit the back of my tongue.
Don't do that. It hurts.
I don't know how I managed to do that.
Now,
right in between the molars.
About 22 miles is about my best I've ever had backpacking, and I was proud that day. By the way, because I rivaled some of the better guys who do the Appalachian Trail, but I did it on my own. Ian hated every mile of it because he was with me the entire time, and having to stop halfway to get more water did not help. That's the day he ate most of my food as time as his. I had to do everything I could to keep him from actually stopping and making his own meal, eating the mountain house stuff we already had.
No, you just got to tell him you eat it now. You ain't going to have it for later. And when you're crying about your food, I ain't giving you none of mine.
Well, we were just starting out. He was like 9. So, I mean, I can't really deny him food at 9 years old. I can't.
Heck, you can't. You're on the trail. Who's going to stop you?
Me. Because it's a dad thing. I can't do it. Because I'd always rather go short on my own to give him food than I would, him starving. Now that he's an adult, I don't care. But when he's 9, nope, can't do it. But trying to find a pack that fit him was the hardest part growing up.
Just give him a backpack.
No, not all packs are the same.
I'm not talking a frame pack. Just give him a regular school backpack.
Did that. Then I upgraded to one with a frame because it was a little bit better on his shoulders. That was probably what happened because it would dig into his shoulders. He wasn't used to that. He wasn't used to carrying all the weight like I was. Even now, he while he can carry my gear, he's like, Dad, how do you do that? I go, the reason why I carry that much gear is because when I need to, I'll be able to.
Yeah.
If you don't practice with what you got, it will be a detriment in the long run. So if you have a bag you have packed, whether it's your go bag, if it's your get home bag, whatever, wear it regularly. If you don't do your bug out bag one, do it once or twice a month or once a month to get used to wearing it. Because in the long run, it'll benefit you. Right now, I am restricted on how much I can carry. So means my gear is generally something I have to put in a vehicle to carry. But and I usually have Ian haul it back and forth. But once I get my surgery next month, I can start carrying things again. But please practice with your gear, folks. If you do have a get home bag, a go bag, or whatever, wear it. Get used to wearing it. Practice with it, and not just around your house. Go on a long hike, there and back again. Get used to it, because if you don't, you can hurt yourself in the long run. And also, make sure you wear proper shoes. That's another one.
Yeah, no flip-flops on the trail, Blake.
Yeah.
No Crocs. No, but I have seen people hike in Crocs for reasons. They do take Crocs with them for camp shoes, but not hiking in them. This one guy had to hike in his Crocs, which was normally his camp shoes, because his shoes literally gave out before he got to his resupply point, where his next resupply box was with his new shoes. They literally, the whole part separated.
It happens.
They wear their shoes out on the trail.
It happens.
Practice with your bacon all you want. But your gear, your backpack, things you would have to walk away from your vehicle. And not just like little, day trips around your house. Even Cliff could understand. He's done that. I've seen him pack some gear out. I don't know about Jason, though. I don't think I've seen Jason do it. But
What?
Practice with your gear on your back.
I kind of do.
I've said that I've never seen you do it. Doesn't mean you haven't. I just haven't seen it.
I used to do it all the time.
You're right.
4 gallons at a time for about 8 hours.
Well, I mean, that's for your poison stuff that you use
Yeah.
for your bug stuff, right?
It's still the same effects. You're walking around with that spray tank all day long, and that thing's still not
sloshing
small.
around.
Yeah, I mean, how many gallons again?
4.
Okay, so that's probably about 38 pounds, not including the actual sprayer.
Me too.
Yeah, and I'm walking on uneven ground, wet grass.
Now, how much does the sprayer weigh empty?
About 6-7 pounds.
So you're talking about 42 pounds,
Yeah.
or more. Okay, that makes sense.
Starts off at 42 pounds and then gets lighter as it goes.
Yeah,
Well,
you gotta remember, I'm constantly pumping it too as well by hand.
Yeah, you're not counting any water he's carrying with him to keep, because he got to keep himself hydrated too. But you're
Got
right.
water in the truck.
Everything else is a luxury outside of your vehicle. When you're on the trail and everything else, or you're on the road trying to get home, if you're stranded away from home. Cliff doesn't live close to where he works, and it's a long trip.
Only 11 miles, but the problem is I got a river.
Yeah, and you have bridges to go over and things like that. And that depends if the bridges are not taken out or something.
So I'm saying if airstrike happens to take out my bridge crossings, now there's ways I can get across.
Flash flood, an unlikely flash flood in your area.
God, that would probably fill up every arroyo and emergency flood control system we have.
Yeah,
But
but
it
I
also
think
depends on how bad it floods.
we're talking about epic level, taking out the bridges type.
Yeah, my house won't be here.
You're in the floodplain anyway.
Yeah.
I'm up
I'm
on
in
the.
a hole.
I'm okay where I'm at. I'm closer to a top of a hill.
Yeah,
So
I'm in a
I'm
hole.
You're
I'm at the bottom of what used to be a lake.
you actually have you're in a old dry bed, great lake bed, right?
Yeah, I'm in it. Where I'm at, I'm not dead center in the middle of it, but this location's at used to be the bottom of water.
Albuquerque is. But you're also near a creek, aren't you?
I got like 3 ditches, a
what I'm
river,
talking
2
about.
more ditches.
Are those actually ones that provide water to somebody, or are they just drainage?
Flood control.
But that's what.
Yeah.
I got one on that side of the house, one on that side of the house, and then you drive a few miles, or like a half a mile, and then you got another floodway ditch, and then you actually have the river. Then there's another ditch on that side, and
Well,
then
I
you
know
have
for a fact
on that end.
if something happened where you couldn't drive your truck home from work, which would really suck because you got a really nice truck, you have enough gear in that truck to get you home.
Oh yeah,
But the problem
Sleeping
is,
bag, a tarp.
there's only one problem with that is you got thousands of people between you and home. Now, Jason, on the other hand, he's got a little over a mile between him and home, but he's still got a bunch of people to deal with. And
here, everybody else helps everybody.
Huh?
Here, everybody will help somebody.
Right. But I'm not sure about Albuquerque. I mean, you got some neighbors that will help you if you get closer to home, Cliff. And you got family, obviously. But a lot of strangers between your house and home. I'm a lot further to my work than you guys are. I'm over 50 miles. And that's a long trip. There's a lot of cities between my workplace and here, which is why I would have to carry a little bit more gear, because I don't just count on myself. I count carrying stuff for Jenny too. Now, would I generally pack stuff for her in my truck or vehicle? Definitely. I actually have more than one. I don't have just a bob. I've got a get home bag. I guess a gob and a bob. GHB. I got a GHB and a bob.
Well, bob and GHB are more or less the same kind of styles, minus a few like off-key items.
My get home bag actually carries less than my bug out bag because I know how long it's going to take me to get from there to here if I have to walk. Because it is over 50 miles. That means that's at least a 2-day trip. At least. For me.
2 to 3, maybe.
But with Jenny, that might
4
put it
or
at 3. Then I would have to balance that out with make sure I have enough meals for both of us, water for both of us, facilities for using the restroom kind of thing as well. Then I have to deal with make sure people who don't security for both of us.
See, I've got the advantage. I literally work right next to a restaurant depot that sells stuff. So I literally, if I have to, I'll run across the street in an emergency, and I'll buy like 5 or 6 packs of beef jerky before the power grid goes down, and I'll at least have that much protein.
Well, the thing is, in a really major emergency, you may not even get to that point. You just
well, it depends on what goes down first. If the power grid goes down first, then I'm not going to get nothing over there because I have to pry the doors open.
No, someone's probably be there. It's just the fact is that they take more cash than credit.
That's why I carry cash on me too now.
Yeah. So that would be a good idea though, with all the beef jerky and stuff like that. But make sure you have plenty of water with that though. That in your area is drier than my area. I think Jason's is less than mine, wise, but he's in an area where a floodplain's at. He's got creeks closer.
Yeah, I'm actually from where my work is at. I'm actually quite a ways away from water unless it rains, and we got a flood control behind the building. But I don't necessarily trust that water, even with a filter and boiled.
Is your truck 4-wheel drive, Cliff?
Yes.
Okay. So you could possibly get across some of the rivers if you had to, if it were low enough.
Not unless I had mud tires.
Oh, you don't have mud tires. Okay. That one.
No, I've got standard, more or less what you would consider all-terrain. But they're not
regular road tires. All-season tires?
I would say all-weather. General rain, sleet, a little bit of snow.
Now, I would worry about Doug down in Florida, though, because there's the amount of people in Florida on the coast, it's crazy. But they have a lot of older generation. I know Doug's not young either, but
it'd be a bigger problem if they took out the Keys.
Keys are further south, though, aren't they, than Doug?
Yeah, but it would still suck for anybody that's on those islands.
Yeah, all they have to do those bridges are literally in open water.
Bridge. That's all you need is one section of bridge, and they're stuck over there. They're stuck in the middle of
with the exception of the marinas, the places near the marinas.
If you have a marina, but you have to know somebody that has a boat.
Sometimes they don't even need to know. In a grid down situation, I bet a lot of people don't care who owns the boat.
Well, it doesn't matter if you don't. If they don't. The problem is you have to get the owner because the owner is the one that has the keys.
Yep.
Everybody will have a way to get into a boat if they have the keys. If the even if the engine works, they'll probably choose something that doesn't need an engine. Sailboats, that kind of
You
thing.
ain't going that far in a rowboat. I'm gonna tell you that.
I was thinking more sailboat than rowboat, though.
Again, I know a lot of those people. They lock their boats to the dock.
Right.
Yep.
And if you were in an emergency situation, would you look for keys or would you just break the lock?
I'm swimming.
You can't swim that far.
The hell I can't.
Not with your gear, you can't. But
You're thinking too narrow there, Colin. You know how you swim with gear? You put it in a trash bag, fill a trash bag with air, tie the shit out of that so it's tighter than a snare drum, and then you tie a rope to that, and you tie a rope to you, and you just swim with that thing floating.
Hmm.
You don't swim with your gear on. You put it all in a bag, fill it with air, and you swim with it basically like a tow behind buoy.
I would get some kind of boat to carry things in because I would not want to risk my gear that way. But that's me. I don't swim well anyway, so there's that.
You may not swim well, but you might float well.
Actually, when I'm at my lightest weight, which means I'm the most muscular, I sink like a rock. Muscle weighs a lot more than fat, unfortunately.
Yeah. That's why if you really want to get rid of bodybuilders, you just push them in the water.
Yep, they'll sink like a rock.
Yes. I do not.
That's why the Hulk does not swim in marble. He sinks.
Yeah, but he can't die. So even if he breathes in water, he's like Wolverine. He can probably just walk underwater and just be like, whatever.
His body would probably survive no matter what. But I don't know. I understand how it works. It just works.
Yeah, exactly. Regeneration. He's literally like Wolverine. He drowned and they literally pulled him out of the water.
Yeah, actually, his regeneration purposes are stronger than Wolverine's. But yeah, because where does his mask come from anyway? Who knows? But that's another discussion I'd rather not get into right now. But basically, I mean, I would not go to Florida anyway because there's no reason for me to go.
I've been to Florida once. I don't think I'm ever going to return.
Hunt iguanas.
What?
Gotta go to Florida and hunt iguanas.
Nope. No, I don't. I have no reason to go to Florida. Sorry, Doug. I have no reason to go there.
Yeah, I don't think I ever want to go back. I went there once, and that was a miserable state of affairs. So I don't think I'll ever go back. They can move Cape Canaveral to Georgia. I might go over there, but yeah, I'm not going back to Florida.
If they were doing new shuttles and doing shuttle launches out of Florida, I might go down to see that, but that's about it. But that's not going to happen in my lifetime anymore. They don't do that anymore. But I've was posted on the Gulf of Mexico when I was stationed in Biloxi, and I've been on the Gulf of Mexico. It's okay, not the greatest place, but I've been there. Great food, but that's about all I can tell you. That's where I got my love of biscuits and gravy.
Mexico?
Biloxi, Mississippi?
Oh.
On the Gulf of Mexico. Great biscuits and gravy down there in Biloxi. Really good southern food down there. Texas barbecue in San Antonio. Southern food in Biloxi.
Well, you're gonna have amazing biscuits and gravy in Texas.
Well, they're not as good as Biloxi. I'm sorry. Mm-mm. They're different. They're just a whole different thing there. And I was stationed in for a very long time in San Antonio at both Fort Sam and Lackland. That was both posts. Yeah, there was another problem with Florida because there's no real lot of fresh water there.
It's all salt water.
Yeah. Unless you have a distillery of some kind, you're not going to be able to make it.
You don't need a distillery. You need a desalinator.
Well, you can distill water out of salt water, which
Takes
does
you a lot longer.
This is basically the same thing. You're boiling it and putting it into another container. The steam will, reconstitute as fresh water. If you watch any of the survival shows on TV, they've done it.
Yeah, I watch
I've not had the brisket and gravy in New Orleans. Jenny's.
No, that's biscuit and gravy, not brisket.
Brisket.
I'm sorry, you misspelled biscuit.
And no, it's probably how they spell it in Florida.
Well, brisket sounds good too.
Brisket and gravy would be weird because that'd be like barbecue.
Like a po' boy.
A po' boy.
Po' boy with gravy. That'd be weird.
Probably tastes good though.
Yeah, I feel like it looks worse than it probably tastes.
A lot of stuff usually tastes better than it looks.
I mean, then again, I just ate rice and chicken with a cheese puff, so I mean,
I still think that would work really well on the trail because you could crumble it. And like I said, they do it with Fritos a lot. Fritos are very popular, and now Doritos too. Fritos and Doritos are very popular on the trail. Those little snack pack of things, those things people just go nuts over those things.
hey, just take a pack of crackers. Just munch on crackers as you're going.
Crackers don't last that long. Not on the trail. They
The
don't.
hell we don't.
Nope. Because they snack. If they're snacking on them, they don't last long.
Us crackers are the redneck of society. We last through everything.
Not the people I know.
But you know
The
some
guy who ate the most was the skinniest guy I knew on the trail. I mean, he was like 6'2", but he weighed like 132.
Yeah, he was probably eating so he wouldn't die.
He was constantly eating. I mean, you could tell if he was hungry because you could hear his stomach a mile away.
That was until I was about 25. I used to eat like a dumpster.
He was very long. He was probably about 19 or 20. But like I said, you could hear his stomach on the trail. He was only with us like maybe a day and a half. But I've seen him down so much food. I tried to figure out where he got it out of his pack. But he had that thing filled to the brim with snacks and stuff.
He probably had half that bag. Just all food, and then the rest of it was whatever small amount of. I mean, somebody that thin, you do not need a lot of clothing because, like, guys like you, me, and Jason, we need larger clothes because we have to fit in them. That dude was probably wearing a small shirt and like kids' pants.
He is a little small single tent type thing, little tube tent looking thing. I don't know what brand it was because I didn't pay attention to those things, but the first thing he'd do when he got to camp, set up his sleeping area, make a bunch of food, down it, use the restroom, pulled out a beer from somewhere, and then drank it, then went to bed. So he might have been 21. I'm not sure because, I mean, he had to buy the beer from somewhere.
A friend could have bought it for him and just been like, there you go, just don't get caught.
Yep.
If you do get caught, I didn't buy it for you.
Unfortunately, the places where I backpacked, they didn't have any trail angels or anything like that, like the Appalachian Trail or the Pacific Coast Trail or even the Continental Trail.
Because a lot of the other trails, if anybody gets wind of there being like food, it's gone. They'll literally go out of their way to go get that.
There's a new trail I just heard about that I probably knew it was there. Is the Ozark Trail. Goes through, but I don't.
You got it at Walmart.
Not that kind of trail. That's why I said. I mean, I didn't realize it was a real thing. I mean, it's only like you. The only one I've ever heard of was the brand thing. But
I'm
apparently,
sure they got all kinds of trails everywhere. Just haven't heard of them all.
right. And this one, probably like a 7-day trail. It's not a super long one, but the miles are there. It's just 7 nights on the trail, which is not necessarily a bad trip. It's just as long as you're going one way.
I don't even know if I spelled that right.
Knowledge?
Yeah.
You forgot the W.
Knowledge.
No, K-N-O-W.
Yeah, knowledge. Knowledge. Apparently I have knowledge right there. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it looked wrong when I.
My first aid kit would probably be moleskin.
Duct tape.
Well, duct tape is okay, but the problem is it'll help tear away your skin when you take it off, which is not a good idea.
That's why you put a piece of
Now,
fabric.
painter's tape works, surprisingly enough, because it's easy to pull off, but it's holes.
Yeah, but I feel like that would just disintegrate in your sock as you're walking around.
So does moleskin. I don't use liquid bandage at all, but I like triple antibiotic ointment and moleskin are my two go-tos, because I don't want anything that will adhere to my skin where it peels off my skin as it goes. And duct tape, when you have it on your heel, will do that, especially because your feet are sweating, your skin gets soft, it just rips off, and that's one thing you don't want to happen. That's it. Open yourself up for infection, and it's very, very painful.
Yeah.
I don't, not aspirin. I do, though I will have my medication with me on a trail. Nowadays, I didn't. When I first started, I had my medication for my heart, and now that's a requirement for the rest of my life. So I'm going to make sure the number one medication I carry with me. But ibuprofen is my go-to. Until your body's used to the trip, ibuprofen is your friend, because they are anti-inflammatories. They'll help your joints. They'll help everything on you. There used to be a phrase in the military, I can't think what it was called. It'll come to me later when I'm not thinking about it.
I got little bottles like not this size, but I got the small single.
Benadryl. I will not take Benadryl.
I've got Benadryl, Tylenol, and aspirin.
Well, Benadryl knocks me out. So I don't take it.
Yeah, it's great if you can't sleep at night. You just take one of those. Done.
Oh yeah.
Or a
By the
little
way,
bit of.
I'm going to be shutting down at 10 o'clock. Otherwise, we're going to be up.
Well, all right. Good night, everybody.
So we got 2 more minutes.
2 minutes.
Yep, we got 2 minutes to go. I forgot to say that earlier, but we were on a roll. Now,
I'm still munching on my meal here.
that's how is it, Cliff? Overall rating 1 to 10.
Well, how do you rate? Let me try that
No,
again.
I know how you eat. So
How is your scale rated?
Well, 1 is bad.
1 being shitty or 10 being shitty?
1 is being the worst.
9 3/4.
That's good.
I mean, aside from, like I said, you really honestly do need like a stack of crackers with this.
How's the chicken?
Pretty good. I wish they'd put more in it, but the problem is if they put more chicken in it, the bag becomes more expensive.
Yeah,
that's true. That's why I said Tylenol, not Tylenol. I meant ibuprofen over Tylenol. Ibuprofen is
water.
Huh?
If Tylenol kills your kidneys, it's because you ain't drinking enough water.
I would go with ibuprofen because it's an anti-inflammatory. And
Tylenol it doesn't affect me, so I can take like 5 of them and I'd still be fine.
Now, aspirin is an anti-inflammatory, but I can only take so much because I only need 1 a day for my heart. So, and I take the low dose, 81 milligram every day for my heart. So I don't do Tylenol.
Well,
but
10 o'clock.
It is now 10 o'clock, folks. I don't want to shut it down, but I think as I need to because I'm getting freaking hungry.
Sorry.
That's okay. I already told you I was hungry earlier, but I'm going to try to find something to snack on. I got to go tuck Jenny in and a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm going shopping for groceries tomorrow, so yay. And I have a food box I'm picking up, which has venison in it. So I'm happy about that.
Nice.
So I'm getting ground venison.
Ooh.
Yes, I'm going to chili's in my future for that one. But that's neither here nor there. I will say good night. Be well, folks. I love you all. And we're out of here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good night, everybody.